Hello, people. Hello. What's good, everybody? It's ThatManTripp. Happy New Year. Welcome back into the very first No Cooldown podcast of 2023. I'm very excited. If you're watching the video version of this, I don't know if you can put your finger on it. I certainly can't, but things are a little bit different. Just a tiny bit, a smidge, but we're kicking on just as per usual, even better than before. Of course, we got to introduce the podcast partners in crime. First and foremost, WenEazy is in the building. Say what's up to people, mate.
Audio is hard, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Oh man,
No way.
I get it. I really get it. We sitting here learning shit every day. Like it's just we're on tutorial mode, but it is what it is. And a very special welcome back to the podcast squad to Kxngviii. Kai is back in the building. What's good, man?
I'm good. It's been a busy end of 2022, but I'm back.
Listen. Y'all don't know how much work went into that little commercial thing, bro. We had to put different little noise on it. I have all the footage, so we're gonna figure it out. But yeah, listen, a new look. Kai back in the building, feeling better than before. How can I not rate this 5 stars? We ain't even gotten to no topics yet. Go rate that 5 stars, man. Go rate this 5 stars. Go on Apple Podcasts, go on Spotify, search up No Cooldown. We are there. Also, going to be coming to other social platforms aside from Twitter very soon. You know what I'm saying? Look out for No Cooldown Pod on TikTok. Look out for No Cooldown Pod on YouTube as well. Just, you know what I'm saying? Keep your eyes peeled a little bit down. But first and foremost, make sure you hit that 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We're also available on Stitcher Radio, Google Podcasts, and of course, Anchor as well. So make sure you guys check in with that. Not much exposition to go. Got like one story in the warm-up. Then we got to get right into it because that's what we do. I'm excited, y'all. We back for real. So no other words, but y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get to it. So only one story in the warm-up. I thought this was pretty funny before we get into all the main stories and whatnot, but it was a cool little report on how like this Taiwanese esports team has just been competing in League of Legends tournaments, and they've been like kind of going crazy doing their thing, getting a lot of publicity lately. But the kicker on this is that the entire squad they're senior citizens. They're all old people. So it's the Hong Kong Evergreen organization. They've been active in tournaments. They've been training 5 hours a week, and they've been putting it down for the grown folk. Like literally all like elderly. Like I think the youngest person was like 62 years old as a part of the entire organization, man. So how y'all feel about the old folk putting it down on League of Legends?
This shit is sick.
I love that.
I'm looking at the pictures now, and I'm just like, imagine you roll up to a League of Legends tournament, cocky 20-year-old, and you just get washed. No.
I'm telling you.
I just think it's crazy. It's such a difficult game too that it's like it's wild. Imagine like you're just at Christmas and you're just like, oh, grandma, like you see her like laning like crazy. Her macros are on point. Wave clears insane. Like she's going crazy. I couldn't imagine that.
Imagine not knowing that your grandma is like the OG League of Legends player, and you try to get her in a video for content, and then she just washes a team.
Wow.
Like or like you're just playing with them, and they're just like, yo, bro, I don't know what you're building, but you need to stop doing that. Like they're just cooking you, and you're just like, damn, grandma. It's like, well, you're my support, and you're not supporting. I don't know what to tell you.
Matt, she leaning up, said, honey,
crazy though.
She'll sit you down real quick, sit you down real nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, honey, you've been bleeding into my lane. You gotta stay in your lane. You gotta giving the heart to heart like it's Full House, something like that. It's a lot of information to process, but honestly, from like just genuinely speaking, that's dope as shit. I ain't gonna lie. Just putting on, listen, everybody, gaming is for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Old folk, young folk, whatever. Like this was some dope shit, and hopefully they kick some young people ass out there. I want to see them win a trophy. That's just what I want. I need them to shame the whole Taiwanese circuit.
And the reasoning for it is so pure. It's just like I figured out that it was good for the brain, especially the use of hands. Like
it's literally,
yeah.
Like I'm just trying to stay active. That's it.
It's like, oh, it just turns out it's fun as well. But it's such a honest and pure reasoning to play.
No doubt, man. It's fire, man. It's very, very heartwarming stuff to, you know what I'm saying, to kick off the year. But let's roll into these main stories, starting with something that, man, it's been a long time, so I feel like it's been consistently in the news, but is back around. Apex Legends. It seems that Respawn has decided to get moving on things as a resolution because they've been active in bringing a lot of changes to the game over the first stretches of the new year. So first off, they made a statement that they will be aggressively banning cheaters to combat toxicity in gaming, stating that cheating is one of the root causes for that change in mentality for gamers to be toxic in their lobbies. And lastly, they have announced that private lobbies will be going out to all players as a permanent feature starting January 10th. So thoughts on these moves, thoughts on what they've been doing. Open to the floor, man. What's good?
I started playing Apex Legends in season 7. 15 seasons of Apex Legends. 15 seasons of Apex Legends is what it took. 15 seasons. 3+ years of community outcry for us to finally get custom games. I don't even want it. Take it back. I don't even want it.
I started playing Apex. I remember when Apex dropped. Like, I remember being in class in college and showing my boy on my phone, like, yo, bro, look, this game looks sick. And playing with my girlfriend. Like, I've been playing since before season 1. And I stopped playing, I want to say, I don't know if it was last season or the season before that. Like, I quit, I deleted it. I haven't touched this since June. Like, this is so long overdue. It's not even funny. But I will re-download it. I'm not playing it, but I do know like at least 8 people that I could get together to be like, actually, no, it depends. Because if it's just private like battle royale, I'm definitely not playing it. But if you give me like private arenas where I can like
No,
lab with the homies, that is what I would want to play.
I think it's just access to the complete system. So it will be previous season maps. You'll be able to go and play like the old King's Canyons, the old World's Edges. You'll get access to control because control is actually in the private lobby configuration.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, so it should be the whole thing because I don't get how they would be able to like lock certain things
off
behind. Like if they're gonna give the feature, just give the feature. Like
True.
there's no way after 15 seasons, like, okay, here we're gonna give you customs, but we're gonna lock some stuff. No.
Imagine they put they give you the keys like, oh yeah, we got private matches, but then they put everything else like an LTM. So like, oh yeah, it'll cycle in like 3 weeks, guys. Don't worry. King's Canyon will come back in 3 weeks for private matches. Don't worry.
I would be disappointed if they didn't put all the stuff in. But Apex and disappointment go hand in hand, honestly. So if they somehow ruin this, it would be par for the course. I wouldn't be surprised if this rollout was not smooth and we didn't get what we wanted because that's kind of just the Apex Legends motto, baby.
Yo, man, I'm just like, I speak to the chronological order and stuff. I remember when Octane first came in, like season 3 times. Like I was around from then. I was looking around, like, okay, this is an alright game. It was cool based on Titanfall, whatnot, whatever. It took us till now. It took us till they got like literally the timeline, bro. Like at least we went through half a presidency. You know what I'm saying? Queen of England dead and gone. You know what I'm saying? Three new prime ministers. You know what I'm saying? Like we celebrating the 2-year anniversary today of some white folks going crazy in the Capitol. Like there's a lot of events that went in play between the dawn of Apex and private matches. Hell, they even inquired about a private match or just an entire offshoot on mobile, and then the Chinese company that's doing that version got the private match up before they did. Like y'all gotta think, Apex, Respawn. Y'all gotta think. Y'all are behind the 8 ball like a motherfucker. I at this point I don't care. I'm just like shrugging my shoulders. I'm like,
it really is what it is at this point. It like to cut aside from the jokes, it definitely is a good thing for the community that is never gonna leave Apex. Like giving players that have never been showcased to the opportunity to shine at tournaments, like the content possibilities, like whether you're doing like fun hide and seeks or like tips and tricks on best rat spots because you're share Apex, like. There's a bunch of different opportunities for people to grow now using Apex.
I do agree. Go ahead, one.
I'm just really excited for the exactly what you said, the possibilities, because like for example, I love what's this game mode? I don't even remember the name of the game mode. The 3v3 one.
Control. Oh no. Arenas.
I love arenas because of like the possibility, but I hated playing it when I was just trying to chill with the homies. Like there's always a 4-man group that I play with. So when there's 4 of us, it's like one person gets left out. But now we can run 2v2 arenas and just work on our own skills. Because that was one thing. That's the reason I played arena so much, was just to learn guns. And I think
Yeah,
learning with
yeah,
friends who can help you with like, because that's my favorite thing about fighting games. When I'm playing against when I'm playing Tekken against Chaws, he could tell me like, yo, you're doing this too much. So if I'm playing Apex with people who are better than me, who can tell me like, yo, I noticed what you're trying to do. Outside of just hitting your shots, you shouldn't have swung this way, kind of thing.
yeah.
Like
I mean,
this opens up the game a lot more.
too much. Even on the pro scene, because I'm very in touch with the Apex pro scene. Like knowing that professional players are going to be able to, in their own time, explore the maps and exploit stuff. Like there's guaranteed to see some crazy stuff happen in the pro league. So
Yeah.
across the board, it does open up a whole load of new boxes, which is exciting, definitely.
Yeah, nah, I do fully agree. I know when I opened up, like, player mind, I was like, I don't really care. But the creative mind was like, yo, that actually be really dope for like how many things people are planning to put out and stuff like that. So mad late. Like the tardy slip is insane. But in this case, like a better late than never thing. People are gonna find some ways to pivot to their own benefit and have some fun with it. So we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes. Moving down the list a little bit to Sony's CES presentation. They live streamed it, I believe, yesterday or the day before at some point this week, and then they had a few updates, not too many, of course. Their CESs aren't really like packed full of information aside from Jim Ryan, throwing his nuts on the table and saying, yo, we dropped 30 million PS5s worldwide. What you want? There was other news actually. So we got the PSVR 2 launch lineup tallied about 30 plus games ready to ship on day 1, including Gran Turismo 7 coming free with the PSVR 2 upgrade and Beat Saber being announced for a later date. And then Project Leonardo, which was a customizable controller kit designed for wider accessibility options and basically just the fit of it was for mainly accessibility, like very highly customizable, very highly configurable, just for a lot of more comfortable play for people who have different accessibility needs. So thoughts on their CES presentation, thoughts on PSVR 2 and Project Leonardo.
Well,
Uh,
PSVR needs to just get thrown in the bin.
You're not a fan of putting a VR headset on your $500 console? You don't think it's gonna be able to run smoothly on a $500
No,
console?
I don't want anything to do with a VR headset that costs more than a console.
He's not very Ready Player One to me. It's not very Ready Player One.
I don't know, man. You don't want to put a whole PS5 worth of money on your on your
Come
frontal
on.
face. I'm not a huge PSVR fan either. I am a huge fan of the Project Leonardo controller. I think it's sick because it took PlayStation like the end of the PS4 cycle to even let you change the inputs on your controllers. Like to even be able to, like, let's say you want to switch X and circle. Like it took them forever to even put that on the console. So I'm happy that they're like bringing in a new controller for the accessibility, because everybody knows that the Xbox controller is probably the leading example of like how it's opened doors for so many people. And it's just awesome to see them like, sometimes PlayStation just like needs to get its head out of its own ass. Like as that's as I'm trying to say it as nice as possible, but it's one of those things where it's like, hey man, you should like, we get you make the 6 single player game experience amazing, bro. But what about everything else? And this is one of the examples of like, yo, we're actually looking at other shit outside of just making good games.
I feel like they worry too much about being perfectionists,
Yeah.
and they don't really. I feel like they have all of this in mind, and I don't know like how long people have been knowing about Project Leonardo or anything, but I feel like they work on a lot of things behind closed doors, but they just don't say anything until it's actually like 100% polished and ready to go out, and that's where the problem is. Like people want to know what you're working on so that they can have input. So if you release anything, it's not it's accurate. It can actually be of use.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, I tend to agree. I feel like PlayStation just generally keeps everything close to the chest until they feel it's ready, and they're more focused on their own process, which has its benefits, but also it's like, if it's a project like that where user feedback and what people might need is very very niche and could be very very helpful in how you configure stuff, that would be a
Yeah.
good moment to open yourself up to, okay, hey, listen, we're working on this project. We need like, different people to bring their input, PlayStation fans, Sony fans, whatever, come in and, figure out what's going on. But in general, Project Leonardo, I think that's a very, very big W. Just again, opening the playing field to as many people as possible to experience gaming is always going to be a win. That's always going to be a win. That's non-negotiable. You know what I'm saying? That's dope
Yeah.
to see. Honestly, just for like, I would love to see like a tech review, or just to get my hands on it, just to see how like the inputs
I
go.
would love to.
I would love to see how that breaks down. Honestly, I'm
Yeah.
kind of keeping that in the back of my head. I'm like, yo, we could definitely look into that and see how it is. But that's really, really interesting. PSVR 2. I'm
Nah, nah.
bro, I'm not gonna lie. I already get exerted enough playing Nintendo Switch Sports, bro. I was in that golf course the other day. I was going crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you, son. I was putting in
Wait,
hours.
they added that?
Yeah, they had Switch Sports.
Wait, they added golf to it?
Yeah, they had golf in it. Yeah.
Dude, were you lying to us?
I'm dead serious, bro. I was literally playing at Christmas. I was trying to go like straight nine holes, pause with my family. Like I was trying to go.
You didn't have to say pause.
Shut up. That's insurance. Shut up. That's insurance. Shut up. That's insurance for the statement. That's insurance for the statement. All right. But I'm saying I was there. I was golfing. I was on the course. We did the random courses though. It was like 4-player.
Alright.
We did the random courses and like they had
I remember
everything.
they said there was gonna be DLC. I just didn't know.
Yeah.
No,
They
okay.
added it in.
It checks out. No, it checks out. It checks out because it came out
Yeah.
November 29th. I played Switch Sports on November, I think 12th, and it wasn't there. So I was
Yeah,
like,
nah.
yo, are you lying to us right now?
I'm dead. No, dead shit. Scouts honor, bro. Like I literally, because we bought it like the 26th. We bought like the 26th or the 27th, and then we just saw it there, like off rip. So I was like, oh, cool. We'll play that. And then I got way too into it. I thought it was Tiger Woods. I was literally like, I got one putt in. I was sitting there, I picked up the fake ball out of the thing, and I was like, yeah, just wait to the crowd and shit. Salute. But back to the point. PSVR 2, unless these prices come down to a reasonable amount or we're in a point where I don't get motion sickness, this is still like a good 4 or 5 years out till it gets more viable to the public. So keep that shit
that's
over
the thing, is
there.
that there's nothing to do on it. I don't care to play Iron Man.
Facts.
Yeah, my biggest thing
You
was
say, but everyone's already played it. Like, there's nothing to do.
I would have been for it had it been something I could use on my PC as well. But again, the Sony like we're exclusive, we don't like touching other people's shit. That literally killed any traction it had for me because at the end of the day, there's no way you can produce more VR games than every company that makes VR games while also doing PlayStation exclusives. Like there's no way you can compete in this market or have such a chokehold on it. Like I saw the Horizon VR game. I'm sure it maybe is sick, but there's no way this one game is going to compete with everything else. It's just not feasible, and especially for that asking price.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put my phone in my eyes before I buy one of those.
For real, bro. For real. I can't even front of you. That's wild. But
There's actually like, I don't know if you guys have seen, but there's well, in the UK anyway, there's been this new advert for like a new VR headset. It's not to do with like Meta or Quest or any of those.
Oh.
And it's cheaper too.
Wait, what's the name of it?
I need to grab the name. I'll actually look for the ad now, but there's a lot of VR tech coming out, but it's still not ready. It's
not consumer friendly.
Facts.
Yeah.
Until that shit can hit like 200 frames consistently on everything, and I really like safely avoid any motion sickness or just weird fatigue or anything like that. All the kinks are mostly worked out. It's not gonna hit with the people. It's not gonna hit with the people.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an early mover thing, which is whatever. I was about to say I'm talking shit,
It's
but
called
Pico.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not familiar. Word. I'm gonna look into it though. I'm talking shit, but my sister has an Oculus, and I definitely used it and had hella fun with it one time. But that's beside the point. All right, don't worry about that. All right, moving down the line to the next piece of news here. Last of Us writer and producer Neil Druckmann took to the Naughty Dog website to thank the fans ahead of The Last of Us' 10th anniversary in June. Damn, I feel old. And dropped a screen of what many believe is basically the announced faction standalone project. Just another little picture, little standalone still. And Druckmann also had comments on the possibility of a Last of Us 3, replying that I think there's more story to tell. So I mean, what's that doing for you guys? You know, you excited for Last of Us 3? Factions, huh? Anything?
I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I've never seen somebody love a game so much that I'm pretty sure they have not played. I I
No,
don't.
no, wait, no. No.
know.
That's it. Okay, wait, I'm sure he's played it. Now you're talking about the other dude, Craig Mazin. You're talking about the other dude with the
Alright,
show.
I'm
Neil
just saying,
Druckmann wrote
like,
that bitch from the beginning. So
alright,
I'm hoping he's played because he
alright.
wrote the story.
Okay. So this is the writer for the game, then.
Yes, the writer for the game, the whole
Okay.
game
I
series,
was
not
thinking of
the
the
show,
show.
not the Netflix show. I was about to say,
Alright,
had to
but
pull you
I was
back.
gonna say,
Had to
like,
pull you back. You don't go in. Don't go.
no, because the way they've been given this game has been getting the Slurpee for like I feel like 2 weeks straight. There was no video games ever created before Last of Us 1 is
Oh.
like their marketing strategy. It's
People
like,
weren't human until Last of Us.
there was no
Crazy.
story in video games until Last of Us came out. Like it was an amazing game, but you guys are giving it too many props. I don't even like, I love the game. Now I'm kind of just like, it's a good game. Like the way you guys are just hyping this up for this show.
I agree.
Yeah.
The way they're just kind of forcing it down everyone's throats is kind of like it was good. I'll give you that, but please.
Yeah. Like, chill out. Chill out.
It's gotten the release, a remaster, and then a remaster of that remaster in 10 years, which is it's crazy. Like there's cool things about the new remaster or whatever, but we got it.
Yeah.
When they posted the side by sides of what they did in the remaster, I was like, wow, it's the same.
It's, like literally the only thing I will credit them for, which somebody did point out on Twitter, is the accessibility option. Literally for Last of Us Part 1. That's the only thing I'll credit them. Like, okay, you give more people a chance to play in the newer version. Cool. I'm cool with that. But everything else, I'm like, I ain't need that shit. I ain't need it.
Literally. And that's the same with all remasters. Like, it's not like we're just trying to shit on The Last of Us. There's no point in it.
Literally,
Like,
again, aside from
graphics.
aside from the standpoint of accessibility.
Sometimes we enjoy just looking at the shit graphics he gave us 10 years ago to get the same feeling.
They sold it literally like last year or 2 years ago before this The Last of Us Part 1 came out. They sold the remaster. So I'm like, y'all used to doing this. I don't know what it is. But yeah, back to just him speaking about Last of Us factions. First factions. Give me that ASAP. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna talk shit all I want about Last of Us. But when that factions drop, I'm putting my hat on, baby. I'm with a guitar. I'm on that vibe. All right, because factions, I will say it every single time. Probably one of the best modes in terms of multiplayer that came out from a single player game, possibly ever. I will put that up there. And it's probably one of the most fun experiences I've had, especially just every time I played it. It was actually a really fun experience and one I did not expect. So I'm very much looking forward to factions. Everything else,
I can agree with the did not expect, definitely.
I listen. Okay, I got to specifically line that up though. I'm talking about a multiplayer experience that spawned from a single player dominant game. We can put the limits on whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? We can split the different. You know what I'm saying? There's different others like GTA Online and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just those ones.
I know.
Yeah.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
I never played that mode because when I first got Last of Us, I got it off of Redbox and I beat it and then I returned it because I was like, this game is cool, but I ain't got the bread for it. Everybody said the same thing. Like everybody loved this game mode that I've never touched a day in my life. So I'm interested in playing it, but I'm also not interested in playing a shooter on console. Like it's just not my thing.
Yeah, that is a tough one.
But I'll try it. We'll see. If I get my hands on it, I'll definitely give it the old go. I'll definitely try it out. But I'm not super excited, and I'm also like I like the idea of The Last of Us 3, but I don't want more Ellie. Or like I want. There's so much of this world that could be explored. That I don't think we need more of the same characters.
Facts.
No offense to Ellie or the people who are a huge fan of that story, but I feel like it's done. The first game was done. Like you didn't need to add more to the first game.
Facts.
The second game did an amazing job. I was like, wow, you guys proved me wrong. But I think we're good now. I think we've made it. This is a great idea. Let's just end it here.
Facts. Literally, if you want to do a third one, just go into a different locale, bro. Take it. Literally, take it to the UK. Take it to London. You know what I'm saying? Take it to South America.
I feel like that's what they should have done from the rip. They should have sort of, not to say they haven't seen the bigger picture with it, but it definitely should have been a case where it's like, okay, this affected the whole planet.
Yeah.
Last of Us should have been literally part 1. Part 2 should be a separate story. Part 3 should go on to explore.
I agree.
There's a lot of possibilities and a lot of like, because I feel like the shock value of part 2 wasn't there because of part one. Like, it wasn't new. We knew who the people were. We
Yeah.
knew, that like it was pretty like underwhelming. I
Yeah.
might say, if there was a new story, it would have been like, oh, we want more. I feel like I would have wanted to see more. Like seeing 2, I'm just kind of like, if you bring out 3, is what it is. If it's the same characters, I probably won't go anywhere near it.
Yeah, I hear it.
I'll just watch it or something. Like, it's not something I want to experience.
Facts. Honestly, you speak a good point because I'll be real. If they presented it as Last of Us 1 was his own thing, and then Last of Us 2 went into a completely set of characters, but it's his own narrative, and then Last of Us 2 basically became Last of Us 3, and then they brought it back to that people, I think it would have had way more impact, and people would have loved it a lot more, just because it had that space to breathe.
Yeah.
That's
In
what I
terms of
think.
the order, I agree. That would have done a lot.
Just to space it, because I feel like if you're trying to make the character, you know what I'm saying? Then I feel like how Sony's business model is conducive to, we got to keep driving this same little bracket home and upgrade as much as you possibly can. But we got Last of Us this, we got Last of Us Last of Us multiplayer, got Last of Us what's called TV show coming, Last of Us this, that, and the third. So kind of driving it within that same bracket, they have to make the box as fancy as possible, but they can't move to another box. They can't make another box to help the overall package. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And like the idea you had of like making a second game, honestly, they could have even had it all connected, because the second game could have taken place before Joel like killed the doctor at the end of the first game. You could have followed Abby's father, or you could have followed that group of people. And then
could have followed Tess.
Instead of having such a but the reason I would love to do the Abby story is because the reason a lot of people hated Last of Us 2 is because you guys don't understand good story, is mostly the fact that everybody hated Abby, and they were like, they didn't have to do Joel like that, But if you built up the character of the father that died, if you built up Abby's character, and then you go into Last of Us 2, and you're like, wow, I fell in love with this character. I fell in love with these characters. I see how I love Joel in 1. I love the father of Abby in 2. I see this moral gray area that you guys are trying to paint, as opposed to people being like, Joel didn't need to die. Why didn't Ellie? Like, it's just like
facts. Yeah, I feel like that would have made the tension a lot bigger. That would have made that tension point so much bigger. And I feel like that would have been a more positive outcome in general, because they're not complaining about just the plot of the game. People would just be arguing like a Team Jacob versus Team Edward moment type shit. Like, oh, he shouldn't have died. This person shouldn't have died. Like, that would have ended up for a lot better discourse in terms of the brand. But again, overall, it doesn't take away from them harping at plot or harping at whatever else. Like, I feel like it would have ended up in a better spot if it went that way. I agree.
Yeah, I'm definitely, if it was Team Joel or Team Golf Club, I'm definitely Team Golf Club. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hey, I can't even front, bro. What he did was wild, and I get it, but bro had the roll.
Had it been me,
bro had the rolls.
Had it been me, had I been Abby, it would have happened before. It would have been Last of Us 1.5.
1.5.
No Kingdom Hearts remix. No Kingdom Hearts remix, nigga. No remix.
None of that.
Well, even you could have done a DLC with that story and gone on. That I feel like that would have actually been really good DLC.
100%. Or even the black older brother and little brother, that could have been a good offshoot story. That could have been a great offshoot story as well when it ended up in the first game. Like, there's so much room and as much as I hate to say it, there's actually so much room to expand the Last of Us universe that it's tough to see it when you kind of stay on the bracket track that you've already kind of laid out or put in front of people. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, you could go anywhere with this, but you decide to stay right there.
Naughty Dog is watching this podcast. Like,
bro, they take it hella noise. Hey, Neil, we need the royalties, bro. Neil, you better put that. As a matter of fact, before you even do that, y'all better make a slide game or something first before y'all get into this. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was my first point all along. We could hold off on this. Make slide or something, bro. Help me.
They don't have time to remake games, bro. They're too busy making Last of Us 1. We are gonna get a 4th remake before everything is said and done. Of part 1. Yeah, in VR. We're gonna get Last of Us 1 in VR. Only on the PlayStation VR headset.
Oh my gosh, man. My brain. It's a lot. But we'll see you in Last of Us 4, guys. We'll see y'all there. All right, moving down the line. Just a quick little story here. Shortly after they got acquired by Microsoft, ZeniMax now has a 300-person union that has been fully recognized by Microsoft. So now this is basically the mark of the largest union in gaming in North American history, and the second in recent months to be fully recognized by Microsoft. Thoughts on this and people getting together and unionizing?
Absolutely fire. I think that this has been a great step forward. I think hearing the horror stories of being a game developer has scared me away from that career. I wanted to grow, like I went to college for it, and then like I started realizing what the job would entail, and I was like, I don't think I ever want to be a part of this right now. Like if I did game creation, it would be indie because this is insane. And I'm happy that they're unionizing because they need to get the benefits, man. I hope they get the whole thing, like the whole shebang. There's no reason you're acquiring companies for like billions of dollars, but people are still underpaid and like overworked. There's no reason, bro. The bread is there. Come on now,
Mm,
spread the love.
It actually is. It is there, and there's even spare. Like it's
Yeah,
facts.
nuts. It's nuts that these workers don't get like all the benefits and more.
It's wild, bro. Yeah, all I gotta say on this is get your money. Get your money. Secure that bag. I don't care how much people are, you know what I'm saying? You see Microsoft about to acquire what's the name, Activision and them. You're looking like, yeah, that's crazy. This check's still going. We still need that. We still need that above average wage, son. We need to get that over here,
like
bro.
imagine paying so much money that different countries have to weigh in on if this purchase is ethical. That and then looking and be like, yo, can I get that paid time off? And they're like, ooh, sorry, like I don't know if we got it in the back for that. I don't know, buddy. You might, hey, if you want to try unemployment, that's paid
That's
time off.
crazy.
Am I right? Like
That's
that,
crazy.
that's nuts. It's nuts, bro.
tweaking. But yeah, man. Shout out to we need more unionization, bro. Make sure y'all protected. Make sure the developers are protected because if they ain't good, our games are probably not gonna end up as good as they should. So watch it. Watch it.
True.
Moving forward on to the next story. This was a hot button one. We just seen this literally like earlier today. It just popped up out of nowhere, but some footage hit the timeline of a Shonen Jump based MOBA codename Project codename Jump. I kind of jumbled over words there. And we got some looks at how the gameplay might look and what characters we might get a look at. We saw extended gameplay of Goku. We saw Gaara, Chopper, Tenjiro, Sasuke, and a whole lot more in the character listing. How we feel about this, man? Jump MOBA, what's going on?
I've been asking for this for so long. If you ever tapped into any of the League of Legends streams or any of the Pokemon Unite streams, you know that every single time I say the best games to do an anime game, because obviously they don't know how to make an anime fighting game, blows my mind how they can't get a good Jump Force fighting game
I was
in
actually thinking about Jump Force the other
like
day. I was like, that
That
is
piece
actually
of
one of the
shit.
biggest fuck ups. Like, I think
That
about it
piece
every
of
so often,
shit.
and it's just like, wow, really
I-
fucked up. Like, really
it's
fucked up.
it's crazy because it's not even like they haven't made good 3D fighting anime games. Like the Ninja Storm games are good. Like they were
Literally
pretty
have.
solid fighting game. You could just make a 2D game. Like there's so many options. You have so many options, and they just decided, nah, we're not. We're just gonna do whatever. And like, so they can't make a fighting game. I'm not playing Shonen Jump Party. Like I'm not playing a party game where I just hit a block with Sasuke. It defeats the purpose. I'm not
Well,
playing
like,
Shonen Kart. Like
Come
I
on,
don't
man.
want
You don't
any
want
of
to. You don't
that.
want to hit the drift and lightning on the wheels like Sasuke. You don't want to do that.
Like it
None
doesn't
of it.
it
None of it.
doesn't make sense to me. I don't want any of it. But a MOBA makes sense in a cross platform setting because you will be able to like play as your favorite character doing the favorite moves that you enjoy while
Mm.
also playing like it's one of the only game genres that I can think of where a crossover makes sense, where a crossover would work. I like we can't get a shonen shooter because there's just not enough people with guns. Like there's just not many
Yeah.
places you could do with it.
Yeah.
But a good game like, or even something kind of similar to Shinobi Strikers. But I think this mobile would be sick as long as they can, as long as it's not just mobile, bro. Let me play it on my PC. As nobody's trying to get like the fucking calluses on your fingers from playing on my iPhone. I'm good, man. I'm not buying the finger sleeves. The day I buy the finger sleeves, I have to break up with my girlfriend. Like,
This game will do crazy numbers. Like, have you seen the Wild Rift community? This
Bro,
game will
yeah.
do ridiculous numbers, even if it just stays on mobile.
Facts.
So
yeah,
I think how underrated the mobile market is insane. I looked into it once and I was just like,
It makes no sense to me because
It makes
it's
no
literally
sense
the
to me.
largest. It's the largest community of gamers on the planet. They're the largest segment
Yeah.
of gaming on the planet, and sometimes people so elitist and stuff like that. And sometimes I've been attributed to it because I'm like I don't play games as often on my phone as I used to. But I'm like, yo, they coming up. They coming up. You see how crazy Marvel Snap is doing right now? People are on it, man. Just in general from a mobile perspective. But this looks good. This actually looks fun.
Yeah, I'm watching the gameplay now and it actually does look decent.
easily approachable to me. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's gonna be the skill gap that being MOBAs and stuff. And I've been out in the loop with MOBAs for a few years, so I'm like I'm willing to get into it because the concept is alluring, the characters are there, and it seems like something I could have fun with.
You
So
found out right once this stuff company.
So,
Oh my goodness.
so it's funny because the people who made Pokemon Unite, which is the Pokemon MOBA,
Yeah.
is Tencent, which is a
Mm.
Chinese company, and they also own a big part of League of Legends. Coincidence? I don't really think so. And this is a game coming out of China on a mobile phone that's a MOBA. I don't know who's making it, but I have a good idea who has some part in it. So if it plays like
As I was
Pokemon
literally
Unite,
saying.
yeah.
I was literally saying, I was like, this is the reason. So get everyone that hates League of Legends into this style of game, and it's like, boom, they're gonna drop some crazy league content,
Mm.
and it's just gonna go trending everywhere.
It's
Nice.
it's and I don't want this. But if they throw some shonen characters in a League of Legends, that would be great. That would be crazy. I'm just saying, hey, the opportunity is there. But like Tencent does make Pokemon Unite, so I wouldn't it wouldn't be hard to imagine for them to just take that game, put some shonen characters in it with some shonen moves, and then just put it on the Switch, put it on the mobile, and then it's gonna go crazy. I would literally no life that game for eternity. I love anime and I love MOBAs. And if it's something like Pokemon Unite, where it's one of the easiest MOBAs to get into because everything is almost like leveling and all that stuff is almost done automatically. Like all of the brain power in a MOBA is done before the game starts in Pokemon Unite. So if it's like that, then the money is going to be flowing and it's going to be crazy.
True, man. Listen,
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's like all the moves are individual to the characters. It's no one move is basically the same.
Yeah.
Mhm. And I feel like they're smart enough to put enough distinctness between characters in it and not mess around with that aspect because they do want characters to feel like the characters. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, that's good. That's good. I you know what I'm saying, hope it comes out as good as possible. In that sense. Yeah, that's all I got for that one. Now, shout out to them. Hopefully, it comes out soon. We get some more updates on it. Let me see. Sliding over down to the next one. What's this right here? Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. All right, so not sure if y'all seen this, but there's this game called The Day Before, which is basically like this open world MMO set in a post-apocalyptic zombie world. You had survivors fighting for like every scrap of resources and whatnot, and you know you kind of do the whole quintessential wake up in a post-apocalyptic world. You don't know where you are. Life is going around doing the Mr. Krabs spinning meme. How did you guys see new gameplay? How y'all feel about it?
I've been watching this game since 2021. It's 2023.
Dang. Dang.
What the fuck is my game, bro? Every time I see this game pop up now, I get angry because I'm like, what
Bruh.
the fuck are you guys doing? It's like they just go radio silent like every not even 4, like 7 months, and they'll drop something and be like, yeah, we look forward to giving you guys more updates and da da da, and they just go radio silent. And so I did some digging, I did some research, and it turns out the actual dev team like have been known in the past to like pick up projects and just kind of drop them and not say anything. But the fact that they're actually is this new gameplay that you put in the notes?
I think this was a fresher one. I gotta remember the timestamp on it, but
yeah, it's like they'll drop stuff and it's like no one knows if it's real or not. Everyone's just kind of like,
This
no
is
one
3
really
days
knows.
ago.
3 days ago, okay. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they'll drop this and we probably won't hear anything until July. Like they're really really weird about how they're like giving information about this game. All I want to do is play it. I'll be the first person to play it. I hate how they keep going radio silent.
I like the concept. I'm very much against like games where I have to talk to people. Like that's just I'm antisocial. So like I would love to play this game if all I gotta do is fight zombies and build bases and do like survival game. I would love that. If I gotta like over the mic, like I'm aiming down at somebody, he's aiming down at me, like, hey, don't shoot. Like I don't trust people online. Like they're gonna just shoot me. Like it just seems like every game that GTA showed me how wild
The human interaction in there.
player interaction is, and I'm just like, I don't know. I love survival games, but I would have to see a lot more of the gameplay, and I would have to see how much somebody can affect my game. Like if I'm just like trying to like live my life as a survivor, and a clan rolls up and they're like, "Yo, what's up, newbie? Where's the tariff?" And I'm like, "What?" And then I get shot. I'm gonna be pissed, bro.
Son, tariffs in that.
I,
That
I
nah,
feel
I'll be
like
pissed.
I feel like naturally, just looking at the style of game it is, the role play aspect of the game will be like emphasized a lot more. I feel like with this game, we'll probably see like a community service list like feature, and then that's probably for like people like that want to experience the game like you. You'll be able to like find like actual servers that can tailor to that need, and people that want to do like the whole crazy stuff where they just go around looting people, anarchy type servers. That would be a thing. I think that would be like how the community builds around that game.
Mm,
Because
I'd
if
be
you
down
actually
for that.
look at some of the gameplay demos, they actually do have like the little microphone thing in the corner with like all the other stuff. So I think RP is going to be like a big part of that game.
Interesting.
I can see that. I can see that. I would say technically from some of the looks that we got, it looks good. But I was like, okay, what else is in it? Like, what's the plot? What's some of the things that are driving it there? I just want to see some of that infrastructure because I'm like, again, it looks great. It actually looks really,
Yeah.
really good. It looks pretty smooth. But I'm like, okay, where's the little drops of substance in there, like the story? Where are some of the elements that make this a distinct experience and not like, you know, a State of Decay 3, which we're still waiting on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh my god, I don't
yeah.
even bring that game up.
I know I had to bring it up for when I had to bring
I
it up for
definitely
when.
think this will be one of the games that, as much as they will drop good content, it will definitely be defined by how the community sort of
Takes to it.
brings it up.
Okay, okay. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, I was unfamiliar when I saw it. I was like, okay, it seems pretty bog standard, but it looks good. But I don't know where else it is. So, we'll see how that pans out. We'll see how that pans out. So, moving forward to some other news here, we've been getting some bits of information on what's to come from the Ubisoft Star Wars project, and while it's mostly speculation here, we got the description of a fully open world, seamless universe in a similar vein to No Man's Sky, which enables players to jump between star systems and explore a plethora of activities in the galaxy. Rumors have also told of a playable character being based off of course, full player customization and defined by in-game choices. They've apparently opened up playtesting for this new project to people in Malmo, Sweden. Of course, they gotta be under lock and key and NDAs. They, could be some interesting times ahead. I'm not sure what y'all think about this, but Ubisoft X Star Wars open world, how we feeling?
I say Ubisoft, I cry and run for the hills.
Wake me up when that shit's real.
Y'all not rocking with Ubisoft like that, man? Y'all not rocking with Ubisoft?
Yo, so hold on a
What
second.
reason do I have?
Like, let me get this straight. Ubisoft, right? So Ubisoft, we all know Ubisoft, Division, Watch Dogs 2, like, Roller Champions, great support on that game. We expect them to create a Star Wars game with massive open worlds that you can seamlessly fly into and out of, that are full of activity, and you're gonna have player-made choices. So it's gonna be story rich because you're gonna be making choices that matter, and full character customization. And it's not an MMO. It's literally like a regular ass. It's a regular ass game.
Yeah, that being said is about right.
Yeah,
Never.
I don't even like.
It will be amazing 5 years later.
Yeah. Like that, I can see that. I think in 5 years after that game comes out, it'll have a lot of support if they don't absolutely stop supporting it. Like I feel like Roller Champions, because I've tried to I keep trying to get back into that game, and every time I try to launch it, something's broken. And it's a great game when it
It's
works,
an amazing game.
but it doesn't. They don't. They're too ambitious. Like I feel like they made Assassin's Creed 1 and they were like, "Oh, we are Nintendo, bro. We are a staple in gaming. Nothing we could do is wrong." Like, bro, I haven't seen that one good Ubisoft game that I was sitting there and I was like, "Man, I was wrong about them." You know what the best Star Wars game ever made? Or not ever made, but the best recent Star Wars game made by Respawn. And that's EA. It's nowhere near Ubisoft. What do they know about Star Wars? I like some of the Assassin's Creed games. Like, what do they know about No Man's Skies? That's not even them either.
Isn't the new Avatar being made by them as well?
I think so.
Yeah, well,
I'm tired.
The Pandora joint. Yeah.
I'm tired of all of it.
We're really fucked.
I mean, listen, man, like a Mario Rabbids, but like you know what I'm saying, like a Star Wars joint.
No.
You want it? I'm just
So,
throwing up
even
ideas, man.
even No Man's Skies works not because it's Star Wars like, it's because it's No Man's Skies. Like No Man's Skies is cool
Literally.
for No Man's Skies, but like you're gonna
Even
fly me
then.
into this like the combat there isn't that crazy. That's not what you don't go to No Man's Skies for the combat or for the Star Wars esque shit. Like it just
And it
y'all be
took
talking.
them, and look how long it took them to make a game that works, that the community was actually happy with.
Yeah,
Bro.
Like,
yeah.
the amount of like
that
effort and support they had to put back into their game. You think Ubisoft is gonna be that?
And
My
you think you're gonna get free
boy-
updates like them? You know how many years of free updates we got with No
Oh,
Man's Skies? You
still,
think Ubisoft
to
is
this
gonna
day,
do this for free?
to this day, is free updates on them, bro. I ain't
For
gonna
the
lie.
free Ubisoft? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, bruh. I don't know about this one. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like I love Star Wars games. I'm gonna keep it real with you, but Ubisoft, I don't want to play Far Wars. I don't want to play Far Wars 3. I don't want to play Starcry. I don't want to play that.
Star Wars.
I don't need it in my life, bro. I'm good. I'm like, we don't need it. We don't need it. I'm not gonna front on you. I there's a lot of bold promises you're making here, a lot of bold statements if these hold true. And I'm just like, can you actually fill the world with stuff that's substantial, or can you actually make it to where it's really engaging and not just okay, go to point B, clear this objective, go clear this region, go do fetch quest 1, 2, 3, kill animal 1, 2, 3, fight a wampa or something like that in a random ice village or something like that, and then you win the game? Can you make it actually engaging outside of that? And that's the Ubisoft has a lot to prove, is what I'm trying to say. I can't take everything that they say on face value. I have to see it when I believe it. And that's a tough case because, again, Ubisoft
Yeah.
used to be in such a good position, but this is the state that we're in. I'm just like, I wouldn't
I feel like
trust
that
them
goes for
first to do it.
like every big company in gaming at the moment.
Most
You
of them,
can't really
yes.
trust any.
Actually, yeah, I'd say the majority of them. I say like a good 60-70% of them. I'm like, you sure? Can you do it? The only
Yeah.
person I'm gonna say I have full holy trust, I 100% trust you, Insomniac. That off the top of my head,
Yeah.
Insomniac probably one of the only ones I'm like, yeah, nah, y'all got whatever, give it to them. Yeah, they'll make up something. They'll make up something great.
After Cyberpunk, I've kind of accepted that every company's gonna fall. So like, I
Mm.
love Insomniac. I have high hopes for everything they do. But the day that it falls, I'm gonna remember that day. I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
we lost another one, and I'm gonna put it right next to Bethesda. I'm gonna put it like I'm gonna be like,
Put their helmet
"Excuse
on the
me?"
shelf, just
Exactly. I'm gonna be like, excuse me, Dice, just move on over. With Bethesda, if you could please. Just
Ew, man.
of people who let me down.
That 2042, boy. Listen.
No, what?
I actually downloaded it the other day. It's actually smooth.
Wow.
I-
They survived?
They're improving. They're improving.
You know what?
I can't wait to play it in 3 years and be like, this is the best Battlefield
Oh
game
my
ever. Why do
gosh.
people hate it? I'm gonna make that TikTok.
You actually will have that reaction.
Listen, he would. I think Gwen will still refuse unless he gets his $90 back. We'll make that campaign happen one day.
Either that, or if whenever I build a new PC, I'll use it to test it. Because I'm gonna be like, wow,
That's
this
crazy.
this can run
That's
this
the
game. Wow, what a monster!
But I'm getting flashbacks. I'm getting Vietnam flashbacks trying to run that joint on stream. Oh my gosh, that's pain. Anyways, moving on to the trailer trove, the first trailer trove of 2023. This is the segment where we talk about TV, movies, more watchable media, and stuff like that. Make sure y'all stay tuned for all these stories because we got some good ones, man. I can't even lie, a couple of goodies in there. First and foremost, at PlayStation CES presentation. Yes, we omitted this on purpose to fit in this section. Don't worry about it. We had the first look at the Gran Turismo movie and had a few words from the Pirates of the Caribbean star Orlando Bloom and Stranger Things star David Harbour. I have no clue what they're doing in this movie, but it is what it is. Thoughts on what you saw from Gran Turismo and what they got cooking?
I'm
Stop
about to.
making films of car games.
I'm gonna watch it as much as I play Gran Turismo. Like,
That's
how
crazy.
Much. That's how much time I'm
That's
giving.
crazy.
It's as much time as I gave regular Gran Turismo.
That's actually very disrespectful. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Can we just not? There's no reason. Like, there's just how many sales did Need for Speed movie make?
Oh
The-
yeah,
oh,
I
the-
forgot
yo,
about the Need for
and it
Speed
and
movie.
and it had Michael Keaton in
Cudi
there.
was in
It
there.
had it had what's his name? Dude from Breaking Bad. It had dude from Breaking Bad in
Aaron
there.
Paul, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was literally in there. Him and Michael Keaton was in that joint. And wasn't Kid Cudi in there too?
Yeah, I think Kid Cudi was in there.
He was
I could have been wrong.
He was literally the pilot. He was the pilot, I think. Oh my gosh. Now I gotta look it up. Now I have to
Okay,
look
you
it
know
up.
what? They actually made. All right, the budget was 66 mil, and they made 203.
They made 200 mil. They made good bank off that. Hold on.
Congratulations.
Remy Malik
But
was
it
in
was
that too?
still-
Whoa. Let's not forget, this was like a peak Breaking Bad time too. Like this was.
Oh yeah. He was kidding. 2014, I ain't gonna lie. He was putting a little extra on that, boy.
If this came out yesterday,
That's right.
would've-
That's
That's
that
a
guy
fact.
would have cooked it.
That's going straight to cereal box, bro. That's not even going to streaming.
That's
Ain't
an
out there.
Amazon
Have
Prime
you
original.
actually- Have you guys actually watched it?
Yes,
Not
I've seen
yet.
it. I've seen the Need for Speed movie before. I watched it.
Horrible.
It wasn't
Is
good
it?
at
Oh,
all.
I gotta
I'm not
watch
gonna
it.
lie.
I gotta watch it now.
I
Now I
like
gotta
Kid,
watch
I
it.
like Kid Cudi's parts, but the rest of it, I was like, I don't care. I don't give a fuck about the De Leon, nigga. I don't give a shit about that movie, bro.
And it's
I don't
like-
care about this race.
That's our pilot.
like-
Mm.
no offense. I don't play racing games as much as I would like to, but if Need for Speed, as popular as Need for Speed is, gets a movie adaptation, it's shit. How dare you? How dare you try to make Gran Turismo movie? That is insane to me.
bro. Oh god.
That is actually insane.
Bro, the most memorable thing of Gran Turismo is people saying, "Ooh, that's a nice graphic," and then a motorcycle doing this.
The thing about Gran Turismo,
That's literally it.
I remember walking in a GameStop. I just got paid. It was one of like my first checks of like the job that I'm at now. So I was like a good amount of money, like a lot of money for me at the time. And I was like, I walked in, they're like, yo, we got PS5 bundles. And I was like, I don't got a PS5. What's in the bundle? They were like, we'll give you a PS5. I'm like, perfect. I need that. A second controller, perfect. I need that. And they were like, and you get a game. I'm like, and you get PlayStation Plus. I'm like, gonna get that too. You get a game. I'm like, oh, bet. What game is it? They're like, Gran Turismo. I was like, can I like, can you not give me that and I just buy the bundle? Everything else I'm fine with. I just don't want that game. And they're like, no, well, you could sell it back to us and I would give you money back. And I'm like, how much would you give me back? And he was like, $20. And I was like, so I take a $40 L on Gran Turismo. He's like, yeah, but you get Gran Turismo, but you know, you get up. I was like, nah, man, I'm not paying $40 for Gran Turismo with a PS5. I don't need it that bad. And I walked out the store. Gran Turismo stopped me from buying a PS5 before they had a lot in stock. Remember that.
Bro, don't nobody want to see this shit. I don't care,
I'm
bro.
good.
Like, I'm all right,
my
bro.
God.
Shout out to David Harbour. You know what I'm saying? He doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hopper. He's great. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Orlando Bloom. I literally have not seen this guy since Pirates of the Caribbean, so that's why I said it. Because I don't know what other movie he be really in like that off top of my head. He's seems like good actor. You know, of course, good actor. Seems like a good dude. I don't care. I don't. What plot are you trying to make from this? Who are you trying to prove you can make a movie for? Who is it? Who put a bet on this? Who put a bet on this, bro? Somebody at
There's
Sony
7 people really happy right now.
crazy.
7 people really happy.
6 of them own race car beds. It is ridiculous.
6 of them own race car beds. 7 of them all play Gran Turismo together. Every time they get in a race, it's the same guys.
Facts, bro. I listen. I don't care. We don't care. I'm sorry. We don't care.
No.
Oh man. All right, moving on to the next one. In a recent interview with GQ, actor Dave Bautista noted that while he's grateful for the role, he's officially hanging up his blades and not acting as Drax the Destroyer past Guardians of the Galaxy 3. After comments on the makeup process taking a toll on him, he noted that he didn't want that role to completely dominate his legacy and wants to go into more dramatic acting roles and gigs. There was also a direct quote that he provided in the article that stated, "I never wanted to be The Rock." He puts it plainly, "I just want to be a good fucking actor, a respected actor." Thoughts on this?
Pick their movies.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
He killed it.
His resume is not bad already, because he was in the Bond movie. He was in Glass Onion that just came out, and then
I definitely don't. I don't think he's a bad actor at all. But like,
yeah.
If you're gonna come up with a quote like that,
Yeah, I mean he's
I
right.
see what you're saying. I get it, but there's also like I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. If I was an actor, sometimes you gotta take what you get. Like if I was a full-time content creator and you saw me doing a Raid Shadow Legends stream, yo, download that shit, bro, because I need to eat. Like I need to eat. Like
No,
it
no,
isn't like we do the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I definitely like agree though. Like I think now that he has this like position, I understand why he's doing it now. Like I understand if he would have been like, I'm not doing Drax and Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I'd have been like, he's smoking dope. But the position that he's in now, like he could do that. He could be like, I'm not taking this random ass role. I want to play the role of a mechanic who lost all of his limbs in Iraq or something. Like whatever dark, deep like thing he wants to do.
Why'd you say it like that?
Because that's usually how it goes. It's like,
how did this spawn up out of everywhere? Why did the limbs?
Look at
just stuck in the military.
No, because look at the Matthew McConaughey thing where it's like he was a like rom-com actor, not taken seriously. Did a where he had I think cancer or something. I can't remember. Dallas Buyers Club. Yeah, crazy hardcore movie. And now he's like everybody's like, yo, Matthew McConaughey, Interstellar. That's my boy, best fucking actor in the world. And that's kind of that's the route you do cheesy shit. You do something hardcore. Everybody's like, fucking whoa. And then you can start being the Leonardo DiCaprios of the world. That's the formula.
I'm not gonna lie. That's actually the formula.
Like,
bro, that's really the formula though.
Yeah.
Like, God rest the dead.
him.
Heath Ledger, my man was doing like rom-com light shit.
Yeah.
Joker.
Tell a lie. I watched that film
and then respect
where he was the spy.
Yeah.
After the little youth.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Oh my gosh,
I forget
the name of it, but yes,
I forgot the name of it, but it was a good watch. Like he definitely can.
He be cooking.
He's a good actor.
He can hold as an actor. He's a very good actor.
I
do give him some deeper roles though.
I agree.
His character in Glass Onion for me didn't cut it.
I like this. I like this character. I like this character.
I need to watch that movie. I haven't watched it.
I feel like there was only so much screen time you can give because they were like really. I think they were really super focused on just pushing stuff along. I like this character.
He wasn't the star of.
He
wasn't meant to be. So I get it.
Facts. But the moments he had, I think he did all right. I think he did pretty well. But I mean, listen, he's the best person that ever came out of wrestling to be an actor ever. To be real, so it's like by a decent margin. It's him or John Cena. That's literally the only two people.
0
Listen, The Rock don't get no love. Listen, The Rock is not the best actor to come out of that by a good margin. He is not. But that nigga's a money getter, and I respect that always. That man be business. He about business all the time. Listen, he's like, yo, I can act, bro. I'm in everything. I run this. I'm on all this, bro. He literally he was 2 monologues away in the back offices from controlling the future of DC. I'm not gonna lie. From a business perspective, you know how crazy it is for them to barely cast you in 2007 as Black Adam, to almost strong arming the entire future of an entire brand, let alone one of the biggest competitor brands in one of the most popular genres or mediums or sub-mediums of stuff watching ever. If you almost get there, if you get that close, and you still straight, you like, you know what I'm saying, burn Henry Cavill, but you know, it's all right, we'll move on to the next one. That's not a bad move. You did all right for yourself. Not the best actor, but you making moves.
Hey, he said it. He said the what was the hierarchy of the DC universe?
It's about to change.
He was trying. He told us exactly what he was gonna do.
He was not lying to us, man.
I don't think we're acknowledging the best performance by a WWE superstar in a movie, because I don't think anybody could play a bald racist white man the way Stone Cold did in The Longest Yard. The way Stone Cold did in The Longest Yard? Are you kidding me?
I was like, clap it up. I forgot about that. Austin. I forgot about that, bro. That's how the white man play guitar.
This is how the white man play guitar. This is crazy. Like,
bro had Mississippi Queen blaring, bro.
Whoa.
He was. You got me with that one. That was
to the point where I was like, this has to be method acting,
bro.
He had to have been actually racist.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm
this.
telling you, that movie had people think he's actually racist, and I'm gonna keep it a stack. That had people think he was actually racist for years, but then he started doing more media appearances as of late, like the past like 8 years, and he was like, yo, he's actually like a good dude. Like he chill. He just mad chill, which like it didn't register in my head. I'm like, yo, he be just drinking beer, sipping wines, you know what I'm saying? Talking about Broken Skull IPA, riding on ATVs, and that's it. That's all he does. I'm like, yo, you could be right, bro. But I'm just saying, I think I get you. You know what I'm saying? John Cena and Peacemaker as well. I love him in Peacemaker. He's just
for sure. John Cena and Batista are definitely Definitely top 2,
Yes,
without a doubt.
what's it called? What's her name? The chick that was Sasha Banks. She needs more time because she was in Mandalorian. She was that little side character. She was one of the Mandalore. She was one of the Mandalore warriors that Mando ran up on and found. She
Yeah.
needs more time in the cooker, but she could be fired. But that's a whole nother point. But yeah,
I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I've been a John Cena fan since 12 rounds. That shit was a pretty eye movie.
Facts.
That was a pretty
Facts.
eye. Y'all
And
wasn't watching 12 rounds.
And it had Littlefinger in there. And it had
Yeah,
Littlefinger. What?
Y'all wasn't watching 12 rounds.
They wasn't about that, bro.
Y'all wasn't watching.
What's
when he could've picked the boy up, yo. When he's like, "Give me your hand," and he broke his leg when he fell off the elevator, bro. Every time gets me right here.
Listen,
here, bro.
Listen, they not knowing, bro. They not knowing, bro. Listen, King, you need to go watch some film, bro. We got some movies for you to watch, dog.
I was at the barbershop watching that. I was like, "Nah, I gotta go home and finish this."
I ain't gonna lie, that joint hot. Oh man, all right, moving down the list. So after a successful outing at the global box office, the blue person avatar, the Blue Man Group, is already teeing up for the next film, which will involve a fire-based culture of Na'vi called the Ash People, who are built to be more aggressive and negative and might upset the balance of the world that people have seen with the sequel film. So James Cameron already teeing up, the bigger meat and potatoes, as he likes to call it, of the Avatar series. How do you guys feel about this little drop here?
Bring it. I mean, it's kind of funny that people think he doesn't have like the rest of the next like 5 films already filmed and shot and ready to go.
I think it's really funny that like Avatar 1 came out and then like Avatar The Last Airbender came out and he's like, yo. I'm tired of people saying, yo, what Avatar are you talking about? The one with the blue people or the airbenders? So I'm finna put elements in my shit. Now I'm finna be the elements. I'm gonna be the only Avatar.
I'm like, man, that's some
But
real hater
you,
shit.
you guys have seen the latest one, right?
I haven't
No,
seen the
sir.
sequel yet. I'm going to see it at some point. I've
seen more about the sequels that have yet to come out than I've seen of
Dead
the
ass.
movie.
Honestly,
like, I've
that's
seen
a
more
fact.
about what's
That's
coming
facts.
out in the Avatar world.
I know
than
more
the
about
actual
3,
movies.
4, 5, and 6 more than 2. I'm like, I don't even know what. I couldn't even tell you what happened in
Don't get me
2.
wrong, like it's a good film. The story definitely doesn't hit as much as the first one,
Which is
but
crazy. That's a wild statement to make.
just to see the universe again,
Mm.
like for me, that's a big part of it. Like I don't go
Yeah.
into Avatar thinking it's gonna be the deepest, best story. I'm gonna cry by the end of this one. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Just give me some good visuals. That's what I walked in here for, and he didn't disappoint again.
Yeah.
That for me, that's all I wanted, and that's what I got.
I
And I was happy with the outcome.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I only watch Avatar movies. That's the only reason why I ever watch those movies. Like, yo, from a
I came out of
cinematography
the
and like
cinema and I was
visuals.
like,
So look, he's like, yo, bro, this shit ain't right, bro.
I was like, yo. I watched it in. I couldn't actually get 4D tickets, so I watched it in 3D. And yeah, it was fun. It was fun, man.
Okay,
So I'm looking forward to the next ones.
I heard people was like, yo, this is like the first time in a minute I actually wanted to watch it in 3D or watch anything in 3D because I was like built for it.
Yeah,
Or
it's
built
one
for
of
it.
those that I would do.
Funny thing about that is when I actually looked, because I bought my tickets like a month in advance, there was only one screening a day in normal standard quality.
Wow.
The rest of them were all either 3D or 4D.
Definitely intentional.
So
right
he
there.
did that shit on purpose.
Oh yeah, he knew. James Cameron on some shit. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. He getting money though. I'm not saying the streets don't got you like that, but you getting money though. He's the first director to get 1.5 billion off of 3 movies. That's respect. That's I'm about to say he up there in terms of the numbers, bro. But it's still Avatar: The Last Airbender over you in terms of the culture, bro. That's all. I just want to let you know that. You know what I'm saying? Bring it back down to earth. You know what I'm saying? Looking next, I want to say next we're gonna have a blind Navi tribe of earthbenders, of earth movers, the stone throwers. I'm about to say the ash people, the gravel folks. That's who's next.
Gravel folks.
The gravel folks, man. Like
Avatar, the island in the sky.
I get that shit. I hope the niggas in Nick sue you.
We're pacifists. I can see it.
I get that shit.
It's easy. I can write the
Until
script.
the end of the film where the big modern ships come down and like
It's looking good. Dead ass like Avatar: Last Airbender and a regular Airbender sat in there. They both started their test differently. At some point along the line, James Cameron was just like,
No, what's gonna happen is
Wait, you guys have both played God of War, right?
yeah,
not. I haven't beat Ragnarok.
yeah. I'd be ready to rock.
I will say.
I'm trying to figure out what you're saying from that.
All I
Oh,
know,
cool.
all I know is that at the end of the
Yeah.
Avatar, the end of the Avatar saga, they're gonna like bioengineer a Navi of like we took DNA from all the 4 different avatars
my-
to make one super avatar, one
Facts.
of all the elements.
The
and it's
super
like,
Navi.
This
damn.
is literally just gonna be like Goku versus Jiren.
No lie. No lie. But yeah, Kai, I got the reference kit. I got it.
Yeah.
It's right here. I see it. But yeah, all right. Moving on to the last story of the trailer trove right here. According to several reports led by Variety, WB figureheads are remaining open to the thought of keeping Ezra Miller as the Flash in the DC universe past the release of The Flash in June 2023. With James Gunn and Peter Safran set to reveal the first few projects of their 8 to 10 year rebuild of the DCU, they said we're keeping thoughts open. It's gonna be a broad, it's gonna be a broad reset, but not a blanket reset. So they're picking and choosing what they're what they want to revamp, what they want to start, and what they want to stop, and they're considering keeping Ezra Miller on. How are y'all feeling about it?
First of all, put that man in a box and throw Pandora's box inside that box. What the fuck are they thinking? Second of all, why is DC always rebuilding some shit? You have nothing. There's nothing to rebuild.
They have nothing.
How you rebuild with zero?
How can you continue to say that we're rebuilding when you have fuck all? Fuck all. And why did you decide to get rid of the only good thing you've done? Like, why are we getting a Warhammer series when we should be getting more Spider-Man? Damn, that's crazy. Superman.
Hey,
Yeah.
That's their fault. That's a direct byproduct of their fuckery. That's all on them.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at getting Warhammer. I'll tell you that right now. I want to get more into it.
Definitely not
That's
angry. But
facts, but
how could you fumble that? How could you fumble that?
And
It's because The Rock brought it. That's why. And they're like,
I'm not gonna lie, bro. He did the people's elbow on everybody's hopes and dreams and shit, trying to back in people and stuff. And then look what happened.
We were in talks with Henry. They're like, "Oh, you cool with The Rock?" It's like when you tell somebody you go to the party. It's like, "Yo, can I bring my boy? Who you bringing? The Rock?" That's canceled. Don't know what to tell you.
Right, there's some things got a rain check it for another day. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
no.
Go ahead.
Why? I don't think we need any more Ezra Miller. I think we're good off that. Like, it's just I want to know. I don't know why nobody's asking the question. Who is Ezra Miller's parents and where do they work?
Bro.
Like, where are these people? Because they got to be working for WB. They got to be the execs. Like, yo, my son, come on, or come on, bro.
It's
real talk, because there's no reason for that man to. He shouldn't be allowed outside.
Facts.
He shouldn't be allowed outside. I don't get it.
I think he's had the quickest
crazy.
He's had the quickest tour of destruction, very fitting to his character I've ever seen. 1 week he was in Vermont breaking into somebody's house and kidnapping somebody. Then he went to Hawaii, abusing people for 2 weeks straight, got unarrested, rearrested, unarrested again. You know what I'm saying? Left Hawaii, was in California beating up people. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just a wild ass run.
In the first place, he was a shit casting for the character. In the first place. So to get casted as the Flash and he wouldn't be going there. Fuck you. When you get your bag, it's crazy.
Looking like Professor Zoom out that bitch.
It was funny to me when those stories are coming out because like the locations were like the stories would break within like 12 hours of each other's, but the locations were literally like 20 hours from each other. So it always blew my mind. Like, this dude is actually the Flash. Maybe that's why they hired him.
Bro.
None of us would see like he's actually just that fast. Because how did he get to Hawaii from Vermont in 1 day?
If they let him free and they let him loose for like 6 more months, I feel like it would have been in the same category as what Florida man story are you? You just pick what state you're in, Ezra Miller's state, and it'll have a story specifically for you. And that would have been a whole thread on Twitter. That would have been its whole thing. Like that's crazy to me, bro.
They need to do some
tweaking,
serious thinking if they're thinking about. I will actually never watch the DC film. I'm not missing shit.
It's facts. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna say it's tough to Blue Beetle because actually I'm kind of looking forward to Blue Beetle just a tiny bit, You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what we'll get.
It would be good. I feel like it would be good.
I think it's gonna be good, but I'm just like I'm not sure what we'll get with the DC. You know what I'm saying? A little DC split of it. I got an eye on it, just a little side eye. But with this Ezra Miller joint, just get rid of him, bro. If you're gonna flashpoint it, get rid of him. Bring in Grant Gustin or something like that. The CW show's ending. You got a clean slate. Just bring him over there and just do what you do.
It would actually, you know what? Like the community as a whole would make sure that movie makes more than Avatar if
Facts.
they brought
Yeah.
On me.
Like,
On me. They've had to deal
my
with enough
boy
fuckery
right.
from CW.
One time in his life, he's gone through 9. Is it more than 9 seasons?
No, it was 9. I think it was 9 seasons. Yeah.
9 seasons.
There's 9 seasons
hell.
of Flash.
I think it was 9 seasons.
Yes, 9 seasons of hell he went through. Wearing the worst costumes ever. Drip my boy out.
Bro, make America great again. He had to be on the same show as that line. He had to be on the same show as that line when that was said. He had to be in the same vicinity as that. He was on the same network, and that's already punishment enough. He needs some restitution, bro. He needs something. Man. Craziness. But yeah, DC, fix up, man. Fix up. All right, moving on to the last main stories of the day here. We had a big rumor drop about one of the biggest anticipated games or most anticipated games of this year, so take this with a grain of salt. But apparently there's been an image that was floating around for a couple of days, had a description about the next Legend of Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom, that when translated roughly from its native Italian on the picture, it kind of offered some details here about being able to contact other players in other game states with quote-unquote Tears of the Realm, and co-op play being available through summoning and regenerating farmhouses. Now, a lot of people are skeptical, but if these are true, does bear a lot of similarity to a certain game. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, put it out there, but a little game of the year from last year and past games in that area. But potential of this, how do you feel? Do you agree? Do you think it's some weight to it or not?
I don't want to ruin my Nintendo Switch experience by having to engage with Nintendo Switch online connections. So if happens, sick, dude. I definitely will try it one time, and that one time will be the judge if I ever try it again. It'll be like, yo, bro, you there? I'm trying to connect. Wait, hold on a second.
I'm actually remembering how bad their online system is.
Like, imagine fighting a boss and the homie just get smacked, like just glitching around. Like, I can't. Nah, I'm pretty.
What takes the piss even more? It's the fucking Nintendo sounds that they have on the system. Like, they're so peaceful, but you're telling me bad information.
Your internet ass. Like, we're shutting it down. Like,
what? 3 dots on the screen with the most peaceful music ever, but I can't connect to the game. Like, why are you trying to make this happy? It's not lo-fi radio.
Yeah, we'll see. I never was playing Breath of the Wild. I was like, you know, it'd be sick if somebody else was in here slowing this down. Like, bro, I can't imagine having 2 people with the blue arrows shooting, exploding. My Switch is gonna explode the moment I explode one of the walkers or whatever.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. From a pure gameplay standpoint, I'm like, listen, cool. Everybody gonna keep copying off of Soulsborne stuff or take something from the Soulsborne genre because it's hot. You know what I'm saying? Imitation, or at least taking a concept from somebody and applying it, as long as it's not copyrighted, it's a sincere form of flattery in most cases if executed properly. So seeing it in the Zelda game, I'm like, it is what it is, bro. I'ma still call it Legend of Zelda Ring. I'ma still call it that if it's true. Just for the vibe, for the meme, you guys earned it. I'm gonna use that because that's hey, listen, that's the game, bro. You gotta charge to the game. But again, it's the online component that's really important. It's you gotta have your stuff intact, correct, right, ready for when it drops, because people are gonna be on it in droves. And if you guys drop, there's another rumor that dropped out. I didn't put on news notes, but apparently there's some rumblings of manufacturing going on for a new console at some point down the line. If you drop a console around this time frame, you have to deal with that online, and then those capabilities, plus the people on the previous version, if you're gonna keep it on Switch as well. Like, you got a lot of infrastructural worries ahead if you're gonna use this system on probably one of the biggest releases on Nintendo's platform to date. So it's like you gotta be careful, son. You gotta be careful, because if it's not good, people will let you know, bruh. People will let you know that. You saw with the Pokemon release those first couple weeks out. You gonna know. You gonna know, and you gonna be back to a corner if you can't fix it.
Yeah,
Man.
I don't know how the system is very dated. I don't know how this experience is going to be. Praying for the best, but not holding my breath.
Here,
Yeah.
heard you, heard you, heard you, heard you. All right, moving down to the next piece of news. Hitman is getting a bit of a new directive as the experiences of all 3 games will now fuse and be renamed Hitman World of Assassination coming January 26th. The unfortunate news is that Hitman 1 and 2 will be taken off of storefronts past that point, but Hitman 3 owners will get those pack experiences bundled into the game for free. Just kind of, again, just the further streamlining of the services, adding some stuff on with future DLCs and whatnot, put it on the one place. Thoughts on this change?
I
Uh,
think if you paid for Hitman 1 and 2, you should also get Hitman 3. Like, I think if you're going to give Hitman 3 people who only paid for 3 all those experiences, you should do the same for people who have 1 and 2. Like, yo, we're
yeah.
taking down 1 and 2. Here's 3 that has all these experiences.
I mean, I think they're all good games, especially 3.
Yeah, I heard really good things. I have to play them. I haven't touched them yet.
They're definitely good games.
I overlooked them, but literally the last time I remember watching it was literally one of Kxng streams and stuff, and like it looked like a ton of fun, just literally going through the story and
They're
going through the
actually
missions.
not long games either.
Nah,
So like, I think it's a good thing for them. That's the
Yeah.
people get to actually experience the stories and stuff.
and they've had a good resurgence ever since they came back. Honestly, they've had a steady amount of support from the devs, just reception from the community and people who were like loyalists to the brand, and just again they look amazing and they play pretty fun because I've seen a bunch of content come from them. So again, just overall good stuff from them. You know what I'm saying? No harm, no foul. Just make sure everybody's supported. You know, when you bundle on the one and it's all good. All right, moving forward to this next story here. At the turn of the year, Square Enix president Yosuke Matsuda doubled down on his commitment to NFTs and blockchain entertainment, and that Square Enix will continue to invest in them via, whatever blockchain games, stories, whatever they're doing forward. How you guys feeling about this one?
Who the fuck is asking for this?
I'm gonna mint him.
Like, who the fuck? Like, who is sitting there like, yo, I like my video games. I wish I could pay for every individual piece of it. Like, I wish I could put a dollar amount on the things I can do here and pay for every single thing in it. And fuck up the environment while I'm doing it. I want to do all those things in one. Please make it happen. And Square Enix is like, dog, this is gonna be bigger than Final Fantasy 15. And it's just like, I guess. I honestly, if Square Enix puts time into this as much as they put time into like making their games, we're not gonna see this for a long ass time. So I'm not too worried. But like, dog, like just you wanna make money easily. Make more Kingdom Hearts games. That's the easiest. You guys have literally a money printer, and you guys just don't do it.
Facts. I see y'all steadily working and stuff like that on some other things, just slowly, but I don't. Did you not see the entire NFT like landscape crash over the past like 6 months? Did y'all not see people going to jail over FTX and whatnot? Did y'all not see that dude?
Shit crashed so hard they found a Ronaldo advert.
Like, son, it's looking crazy for him right now, and you want to say this at the top of the year? Like, man, get that shit out of here and get back to work, bro. Get back to work on that Cage 4. I need to see that shit by April. I need to see an update. We got to get it moving. This NFT business, moving to the back of the line. We don't care. We don't want it. We don't need it. I'm not trying to pay $3.95 for some random ass skin that only I own. Because if it looks dumb, people roast me. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna refund it. I'm gonna break the game. So it is what it is, bro. Leave that joint alone. We do not want it, bro. We don't want it.
Yeah, I haven't been interested in NFTs. Like I was interested in NFTs for about maybe 3 weeks because my friend who's a photographer was telling me all the cool things about it. And then like after that, like I saw how annoying it was. I was like, man, I actually don't want nothing to do with this. I want this to never exist. I'm sorry.
Yeah, nah, I hear it. I'm just like, bro, like, come on, man. Yeah. Listen, there's enough problems with Square Enix, enough small problems. You need to make a non-existent problem an existent problem. You know what I'm saying? People are already fishing out the complaints about, you know what I'm saying, no black folk in Final Fantasy 16. And that went away from another trailer. Like, literally, you guys are you guys have nothing problematic going on, but then you say this at the top of the year to come, like, make people not like you. You gotta sit in the background,
you
bro.
Just not said anything. You could just
just shut your ass up and just chilled. Honestly, it is what it is, man. They bugging. All right. Moving forward, the official support page for Starfield went up this week, and many were quick to pick up the note that stated Starfield arrives exclusively on Xbox Series X and S and PC in the first half of 2023. Now, how do you feel about this? Is it a good move for Starfield? What's going on?
That's fine, bro. That's just not gonna be good in the first half of its launch. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a stack. I mean, look at Fallout 76. I wish that was only exclusive on Xbox. It'd have saved my ass some $60.
No, damn.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I can't play. Black and white. No Man's Skies. God forbid. All right.
Now,
Honestly,
Black and White
I
No
don't know
Man's
why
Sky is
anyone tries
wild.
to really compete with what No Man's Sky brings to the table.
Yeah.
Like they literally are the Thanos of that like genre of game.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you know what? You know what it is? It's what I realized, the development cycles. I feel like somebody on Twitter said it the other day, like you guys know, like development cycles take like 6 years now. So if you start something,
Yeah.
you're probably committed to it. So I mean, that's also part of the reason why we see all these waves, like people doing magical games, people doing all these the space horror, space whatever, sci-fi, whatever. We're seeing this wave now because I feel like 6 years ago, one person did something that I was like, oh, that's dope. We should all do that. And they all had the separate thought at the same time. And then the wave came through. Watch, the next wave is gonna be like, again, like the magical games or something like that. Then after that, I'll probably be back to like crazy FPSs, because people are so
But how do you
committed.
decide games like Callisto Protocol should go out?
I don't know, bro. I feel like it's just
Like,
I feel like it's just a
yeah, let's make
commitment
a
from
horror
the
game.
devs. It's a commitment from the
Yes, I
devs.
like that idea. Let's make a horror game, but let's also make it a corridor simulator.
Hey, that's just the frame of reference. Because I mean, half of those devs, I'm pretty sure some of them came from the original like
They came from
Dead Space.
Dead Space,
Yeah, like a good portion of them came from the Dead Space 2. You're like, yo, let's make our own Dead Space, bro. Let's start there. Let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? They go from the range of familiar to make something. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. I do.
Yeah,
But
no,
you gotta
it makes sense because
Yeah.
regardless, it's gonna sell.
Yeah,
from
but-
our POV, it's boring.
Yeah,
Like,
it's-
just like
it's
there's
whatever.
No creativity. There's nothing unique happening.
Mm-hmm. And that's the tough line you got to toe. How are you going to make something that's truly innovative, or are you going to just
Which is
hop on
very,
the
very,
trend?
very, very hard to do. Like, I'm not trying to say that it's
Difficult.
easy. It's like-
Facts. Mad difficult. But
it's-
how
I
are you
think
going
my
to?
thing is when they
Yeah.
release these copies and they try to sell it like it's groundbreaking. It's not.
Yeah. At
Like,
minimum,
it's okay to be honest about the experience that you're about to build.
facts.
Yeah.
I agree. It's just how you gonna make it differentiable. It's not even innovative. If you have something that's innovative, cool. You're breaking breaking new ground, whatever. Insane game, but differentiable. How can you make this makes whatever you're making fun? So only I'm having fun in this way in your experience, and not the next person that looks like you. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
literally, you can go direct comparison when the end of this month when Dead Space drops. People are gonna be like, "Yo, I had so much fun with Dead Space," but what fun did you have with Dead Space that you might not have had with Callisto Protocol? And that's the keyword I'll be looking out for nowadays. What differentiable aspects of your game do you have? Not necessarily innovative, not like the craziest thing that nobody's ever seen
Yeah.
before. Because
Because that's not actually like we're not actually asking for the craziest innovative
No.
stuff. Like, no
no,
one's asking for
we're
that.
just asking for a little distinct, a little you. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's 8 versions of Minecraft out there, 8 different versions, I'm gonna go play the first 2. That and Terraria. I'm not gonna go play, you know what I'm saying, like another third version that I can do the same thing on the
Literally.
first
And I
one.
think using that as an example is genuinely perfect.
Yeah.
So many have tried and so many have failed, and it's
Facts.
like they're probably sitting there like, why? But
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's like you missed out on the clear points of why people are still playing these games.
Yeah. I remember, like, I think it's funny because the games that stick with me the most throughout the years are usually the games that come out when there is a monotonous amount of other stuff. Like, I got really sick and tired of open world games when Horizon came out, and that's why I think it's so hard for me to get into that franchise now. It's because, like, at the time I was just over it. I was tired of it. But when I played like something like, and this came out after it, but like, for example, Doom Eternal, I feel like
Mm.
came out at a perfect moment. It's a first person FPS that is a single player game. It's just you going through short, sweet, simple when you have like all these expanding big RPGs and you just don't have time for all of it. Like Stray was one of my favorite games of last year. And that was a game about a cat. Like, it was one of the games where I was like, yo, I don't have to worry about all this gear and all this leveling up and all this extra shit. I just want to be a cat and fuck around for a little bit. This shit was gas. And I got to pick it up and put it down. Like, that's
Yeah.
it's something about like I understand wanting to go with the flow because the flow makes money. And you're like, yo, I know if I make a Souls-like game right now, when everybody likes Souls-like games, I'm gonna make a little bit of money, as opposed to taking the big risk and maybe making more money or losing on the money. And that's kind of like where like the industry is. It's
Facts.
sad, but it's one of those things where like enough people breaking the mold is gonna show you that like, hey, people want different, people want something new.
Facts.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Long live Anthem.
fact.
Man.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace,
You
Anthem,
gotta make
bro.
the game good too. You
Yeah,
gotta make the
that's
game
a-
work.
That's
very
that's
important
a
part.
different case. That's a different case. I can also say
EA
the
doesn't
same.
know enough
I can say
about that.
the same thing for Brink, but yeah, Brink wasn't. It didn't. Listen, don't worry about that. That was a rest in peace, bro. That's a different one. That's a heartstring right there. But again, it's literally just like it's not even. It's not innovation. It's just how do you make your game stand out from the pack? What little things can you do? And that's why I'm like, for me, I'm not necessarily the most excited about like a Steel Rising or maybe even Eliza P. I know people are excited for Eliza P, but I'm like, okay, I'll keep an eye out for it, but I'm not like the most like it just seems Soulsborne. But like take for example a Black Myth Wukong. I'm hella excited for that game because it has enough distinct at its base level. It's probably Soulsborne. It's probably in the Soulsborne type of range, but the abilities the characters have shown, the story, you know what I'm saying? These little like all these tidbits that they've shown us as far, it looks something like completely stands out on its own. You can't really mix that up for anything else. So I'm like, that's the difference. Having those little things where it's like, oh, I haven't really seen that much. Oh, I haven't really seen that thing anywhere else. The little differentiable characteristics, not like a whole new birth of a genre, just something that stands out on its own. Man, crazy, crazy. I'm spitting bars. Rate this bitch 5 stars, man. And that rhyme too. Put it on. All right, all right. Moving forward. Atlas is at it again, people. They had a few interesting statements this week, including the note that they are readying several new unannounced titles past the remastered releases of Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden. This coincides with the circulation of a rumor here that Persona 3 Remake is in full development swing with Persona 5 style graphics and gameplay. So thoughts on the statement, on the rumor, what Atlas might be cooking? Could we see some new Persona stuff going on?
I love Persona. I have not finished 5, and I've owned it on release. Not R, like I owned the first one on release. I got halfway through it. I'm still not done. We don't need more Persona. I love the game. We got it. We have it in our possession. It is here. The pack, like you took a picture of it at my doorstep. You saw me picking it up. Like I got it. I got the game. I got it. Hey, we are in sync right now. We have the game. Let's worry about some other shit y'all got. You know, we could remake some of that. Like let's get some other things going, bros. Like great game. We already have it though.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. I'm sitting there like, hey, it's cool. I'm not the most familiar with the Persona franchise. I keep it a buck, and I'm like, damn, you giving me more Persona? That's it. I mean, cool. I'm not mad at y'all, but I know the Persona people are literally gonna like splurge all over themselves. It's gonna be a very messy sight. I get it. I'm happy for y'all, but I'm like, dog, y'all gotta have something else, bro. Like I thought y'all had something other to do. Like Shin Megami Tensei. When's the last time Shin Megami Tensei came out?
So 5 came out like last year.
Okay, all right, I'll give him that. I'll give him that. I'm actually look through. Go ahead.
There is a game that my girlfriend put me on to that I finally started playing. A game called Catherine. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of
I've
it.
heard of Catherine. I've heard of Catherine. Yeah.
So I've played a good amount of it, and it's a puzzle game, so it's not for everybody. But it's one of those games I was like, damn, this game is actually really fucking good and really interesting, and it's very different from what I've played in recent memory. And I was just sitting there like, man, I wish they would make like another game like this. And I'm like, what's the last thing that Atlas did? And I was like, oh, Persona 5 and Persona 5R and Persona 5 Strikers, and Persona 4 on the Steam, and Persona 4 on the Switch, and Persona 3 on the Switch.
Oh god damn.
Yeah, I love Atlas, but come on, guys, a little bit out of the box,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. One day when I have nothing but time on my hands, I'll get into Persona, and then when I finish Persona, I'll be dead. So all right, we'll figure it out then. But until then, I guess that, yeah, I mean, that's cool. That's cool. I'm not even mad at that. So moving forward here, we heard about this on break, and I feel like this ties to some conversation we had before, but another rumor has sprouted that Horizon Zero Dawn could have another, just another PlayStation remake that could be remade very, very soon, and it could be developed at a studio other than Guerrilla Games. So thoughts on Horizon Zero Dawn having a potential remake?
I don't really want it. If they do it, I'm gonna be pissed because I'm going to touch I'm gonna touch Horizon soon. Like I'm gonna play that shit soon because I want to play the new one because I have both games. But if they remake it, I'll be pissed because I'm gonna be playing the old one. But also, like, I don't think this game needs a remake. I think if they really want to remake PlayStation exclusives, why don't you just remake some of the Ratchet and Clank games? You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't like I
Yeah.
understand that the only reason I could see the Horizon games getting remade is for accessibility options, but I also just feel like an update would work with a game that recent because like
True.
that game has gotten
Yeah.
updates like
Facts.
2 years ago. It's not that you can't do that, but like there are PlayStation exclusives that like a lot of people have been asking for that you guys have just left in the dust. Like, and you could do, and there's just a lot of them that are even made on consoles that aren't that old that wouldn't be hard to just redo. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. There's just areas that they could work on. And I feel like I don't know if it's just because Naughty Dog and Guerrilla Games are just so easy to work with that they can just be like, "Yo, we'll give you the money if you remake it." Like, but they're just like, no, like I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm slightly confused, but I'm also like, I get it. Again, this is what we talked about earlier. Just the full PlayStation media strategy. Their full strategy is when it's your time to get up on the horse, and you gotta be the cash cow. When it's your time. So we need to get fully ready. You need to get a game ready. You need to get this TV show ready. You need to get this merch ready. This VR experience. This, that, and the third. You gotta be stacked up, ready to go, son. Because when we ride out, you gotta carry us. Don't buckle now. Don't buckle.
Yeah.
Like they have to have everything in
Yeah,
place. So it's just for the sake of that cycle instead of actually taking the time to like make it because it's been so long. The game came out in 2017, and it's not even like 2017 doesn't seem that far away. Yes, it's been it's gonna be like 5-ish years, maybe 6 years since it released. But a game like that actually was pretty well crafted to the point where you can play on last gen or play the sequel on last gen is still pretty fine. Like it's not like the tip top quality, but it was made specifically for PlayStation consoles, and it looks great still. Horizon Zero Dawn to this day on PS, PS, yeah, just PS4 because it was exclusive on PS4. It looks good. It looks good to this day. There's not much work to be done in terms of making it a whole like otherworldly next gen experience. Like I just don't see the point in, again, beyond accessibility. I don't see the point in bringing it that far, aside from the fact that, oh, you're just gonna get it ready for your marketing push whenever the Amazon show's about to start. You're about to just remake this, you know what I'm saying, drop a skin in Fortnite, and then you're good to go. That's literally gonna be your formula.
Honestly, I was gonna bring this up, but like the whole like, oh yeah, we're gonna do something. Let's get in contact with Epic Games is crazy.
Bro, they have a vice grip
crazy.
on every marketing plan for anything game related, almost everything media related ever.
Crazy.
They have a vice grip.
People actually are just factoring in Epic Games and Fortnite into their marketing plans.
Bro,
Epic Games is to video games what Legos is to movies.
they got
Like,
everything
that's
ready.
exactly what
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I'm not in this mindset, but I can certainly imagine there's a lot of kids out there who are playing the game in Fortnite like, oh, I'm playing Fortnite. Oh, this new Doctor Strange skin dropped. Cool. Let me go watch TV later or watch a YouTube video later. Commercial. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. Oh, shoot. He's skin in Fortnite. Oh, the movie's about to come out. And they line it up. They line up everything in a row. So as soon as that marketing run hits, it's there.
They even go as far as to add, like, obviously, My Hero season 6
Yes.
Yeah.
recently dropped.
Right.
And
Right in
they
line.
go as far as to give you, like, in-game moves that you can use, like, when we had all the Avenger stuff going, Thor's hammer was in the game. Like, they actually go in with it. So it's not even like you just say, I can play as this guy. It's like, I can get a clip killing someone in a game using the exact same moves that I see when I'm watching the programs and films. So it's nuts.
Bro.
And even in the Dragon Ball Z event, they had full episodes of Dragon Ball Z
playing
the game.
in the
So, like,
thing.
Really?
They had
Like,
they had a little hub thing, little hub Creator World or whatever. You just sit down and watch episodes.
Yeah.
You know what, Epic? We haven't got a Pokemon collab yet, have we?
No.
Not yet. Not yet, but
Hey,
I don't know if it would work
I
because
don't think it would.
Nintendo. So there was this was a story I think we did a while ago. Nintendo was in the works with putting Samus into Fortnite, but they didn't like
Mm.
the idea of Samus holding a gun,
Mhm.
and that's the biggest reason is that Nintendo's very protective of its properties.
Yeah.
So them giving Luigi an AK just wouldn't work out the way we'd want it to. It would be
Facts.
sick
That would be
because I would love to drive
oh
around in the
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 Mario
shit
Kart.
post
Imagine
would be
playing
phenomenal.
Fortnite and like throwing a green shell, jumping out the cart, and then hitting
Oh.
them with the double
I mean,
barrel, and then
Fortnite
hitting
could
the
easily
Dougie.
combat that with the LTM.
Oh yeah.
Easily combat that with the
I
LTM.
feel like they would have to keep
Yeah,
it strictly like a Mario Kart or something like that. They would have to keep
Like
a very strict mode. Yeah,
what?
like an LTM.
yeah.
Mm.
Maybe we'll see it one day, but I'm gonna be real sad if I got a Squirtle on my back and it gets shot in the head. Like
Bro.
that's tough. That's tough.
Where's Nurse Joy? You
What
out
is
of
this?
it.
He's just carrying your dead Charmander
On the back. It's nah, bro. We gotta
No,
get him to the red station. Nah, this is bull.
not like this. Not like this.
Hold on. I'm
But
gonna
yeah.
send.
I was about to say, yeah, why he's going looking for something. I would take it back to Horizon for a quick second and just say, yeah, it's like it's not that long of a time, bro. I feel like it's unnecessary. It's superfluous, bro. It's not even like eh. We don't need it, bro. I'm very, very much in the thought process of I do not need it, but I understand why you're doing it. Do what you do, guys. It's cool, but I see it. I see the plan of action. Whatever.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is Nintendo is capping.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo.
Nintendo is capping.
They got
That is an episode. That's actually an episode. That is very
Yes, nah. Yeah, he's not wrong. He's not wrong,
yeah.
bro. Is that Oak?
The 25th of September 2009.
Hey yo, my man Oak said, "Listen, there's a time and a place, and this tool's for right now. This tool's for that's crazy.
You got a Pokemon? No, all I got is the Smith and Wesson.
Hey, I'm gonna catch something out there. I'm gonna catch something. That's crazy. Hey, yo, man, wild. But hey, listen, there's a possibility. Who knows?
Hope you got a revive.
For real.
Oh my god.
Nah, that's insane. Oh, I had like 3 more jokes lined up in my head about that, but I'm gonna continue on. Moving forward to the penultimate story of this episode. Just last week, we had Konami talking a little spicy about what's to come in 2023 as Konami veteran and Metal Gear producer Noriaki Okamura basically teased a long-awaited announcement and many more of them to come across this year. So, one simple question, gentlemen. What are they cooking?
Konami is one of the companies that Konami's one of the few gaming companies that I really hope never make a game announcement. And the reason I say this is because I can't a lot of the people that if you say Metal Gear anything other than remastered, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. It's not even funny. I never have thought to myself, but I need a new Konami game. I just want them to say, hey, here is the licensing. We have given it to Santa Monica. And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, dude. That's super. That's the best announcement I could hear all day. Or remember the Metal Gear games? We're going to put them on PC. We're not even gonna remaster. And I'm like, that's perfect. Don't touch them. Just put them on there. Let me play them. We're all good. After Metal Gear Survive, where we went from stealthing into fortresses to zombies with unicorn horns for heads, it really did a number on my trust for this company.
I don't know why anyone's getting excited anyway. They're just gonna re-release eFootball.
That's crazy. Hey, yo, nah, chill. eFootball is so ass. Don't mention that, please, on this podcast. I'm sorry. That's disgusting. That's very disgusting. I mean, got the shakes. That's wild. But I'm like, what really? I mean, is out there for Konami? Literally, it's Metal Gear Solid is the one that's okay, it's a big weight over people's head. I feel like in terms of the general public, that will be the one that's oh, it's a huge announcement. We can't wait to share it with you. Blah blah blah. I feel like that's the one where everybody's gonna be huge. Go ahead, Win.
That's probably the only one, unless they announce a proper remaster for some of the Castlevania games.
Also,
Yeah, I don't really see. Yeah, that's the only other two.
yes.
That's only two franchises they still have that they
Give
haven't
me a
fucked up. Outside of
Castlevania Lords of Shadow 3 or something like that. Or yeah, I think it's a third because I only made 2.
yeah,
Yeah.
if it's not made by them, I'd love it. But also Silent Hill is another one that I could see. So those are the only three franchises.
But then Silent Hill already had their whole drop. They already said 2's coming. The other one's coming. They already did that. So that's somewhere.
If this is an announcement for more information about an already made announcement, they don't know what the fucking announcement means.
Facts. I ain't gonna front on you. I'm like, what else? What else could you possibly be doing? I don't even know what games you have really attached to y'all besides Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, a Contra game. I was say, I ain't played Contra literally since like I don't even know. I don't even know when. Like that's it. I don't see anything. Saw the video game. We looking out for Saw the video game from 2009. We're looking for a remake of that, huh, guys?
Like, no, I'm good off that.
Like nothing. I really don't see it. Oh, I will give them a pass though because they did make Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Battle Nexus, and Battle Nexus was hot. I like Battle Nexus. That's from 04 though. That's different. I'm very curious to see what they could drop. I'm wondering what is really in the plans for them.
NFTs, baby. That's the big announcement. I'm calling it now. NFTs, baby. Konami NFTs. Oh, it rolls off the tongue.
Please. Honestly. And again, just because it's the person who was a Metal Gear veteran, I got a decent, I feel like it's like 45% chance right now it will be something Metal Gear related. And that day during a reaction stream with you will be fantastic. When King, I hope you're ready. It's gonna be hilarious.
I swear on everything if they touch Metal Gear.
Bro.
If they say Metal Gear 6, I'm beating people up. It's gonna be Streets of Rage, and it's starting at my house. Like it'll be like a game where I walk all the way to Japan. Like, I'm gonna walk to California, and then I'm gonna walk underwater, and then I'm gonna get to Japan.
My house. Oh no!
This is the first thing is me kicking out my front door and walking to Japan.
Oh my gosh! Metal Gear 6, Daughters of the Comrades, baby, it's coming.
Dog. Like, oh,
it's coming, man. That's crazy. I honestly, if I put a bet on it, if I put $1 on it, I'd say we get an announcement about Metal Gear this year. Just because it was just because it was him talking about it, I'll put $1 on it that we get a Metal Gear announcement this year.
Listen, article.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. But let's get to the last little news bit, or not even a news bit, just thing we're gonna do before we get up out of here. Since King is back in the fold, you know what I'm saying? Since King is back, you know what I'm saying, amongst the No Cooldown squad, we definitely wanted to ask a couple of questions here. I know last week or last time we were on the podcast, we just talked about some of our picks for 2023. How's it looking? What do you feel? So I'll start off with this one. What are some games you're looking forward to? What are your most anticipated games for 2023?
I actually want to start with Wild Hearts.
Oh wow, really? Interesting.
Yeah, like I don't really expect anything. I'm just curious, like very curious to see what they do with it. The second one would be Hogwarts Legacy.
Fair,
definitely.
Fair to Conflict Diamond.
I think game of the year.
Yeah, who's that front runner? So far?
Star Wars.
Wow. Okay, different pick.
Jedi Survivor.
Jedi Survivor. Wow. Why you think that?
I just enjoyed the first one so much.
I'm playing it now, and it's really good.
Like looking at what they showed us in the trailer is like, yeah, it's a bit.
I'm not gonna lie. Star Wars. I if it does what it's supposed to do, it should be that good step up. It will take it into like 9 territory. If it does everything it did in the last game and expand on it, it should be in that 9 territory game of the year conversation.
The good thing about it. Like watching the trailer of Star Wars, it looked like they did exactly that.
I feel that. I can't forget. What did I say last time? I wanted to change my vote. What, say it? Go ahead.
I was gonna say another thing. It's another like person. Like it's the same character, and they look like they developed on. Like it's fuck to say, but they developed on all the shit things that have happened in it.
Yes. Oh yeah. No, I'm like,
so it's one of those ones where like when we got the God of War to start with Atreus, and then going into God of War Ragnarok, it's like there's something there that is holding us to that character and that story, and that's how I feel about Jedi. And
I agree.
My experience with God of War is like, yo, people can actually go out there and do this. Like God of War Ragnarok was fucking amazing. So I'm just
Facts.
hoping that the new Star Wars leaves me with that same feeling.
I feel like that's the only thing that took away from it being a better rated game. I know me and Wen were talking about this. And I know when you might go into a second, but I was just highlight real quick, giving Cal Kestis more substance, because this sounds messed up to say, but I'm really eager to see how these 5 years like fucked him up. I want to know how messed up he is.
That's what I'm excited to see.
I'm very
And
much
I hope
excited
they
to see the
don't skip
trauma.
past it. I hope it's not just like a short 5-minute cinematic or whatever. Like
Mm.
I needed to be as much cinematic as God of War Ragnarok in this game.
I would tend to agree. I expect just personal moments, man, like friends he's lost and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because if he survived this 5 years, he's definitely ran into more Jedi and died, or at least been around more Jedi that died, just around death.
Fucked. I need to know why he looks so fucked.
Facts. I personally can't wait for it, honestly. But when
He got a gun now.
Yeah,
Like,
he
most
got,
people don't
he
just
got the
buy a
strap on
gun.
him. Facts. You're a Jedi and you got the strap. Something's obviously going down.
It's like
Something's
he's
not
only
right.
using that to add some
pizzazz.
to his finishes.
Exactly.
I saw it. It looks really good. That's why I started playing this one. I'm like, I want to say I'm close to beat. I hope I'm close to beating. I really want to beat this shit. It's not a bad game. I like everything about it except for Cal himself. Cal felt like the best way I could describe Cal is like a slice of white bread. It's just very much there. It's great when you combine it with other things. Like all the other characters have a lot. Like I love them. And then like Cal is just like, sadness. Like that's kind of how he reacts to everything. It's just like, whoa, I lost someone. Like that's like, and then I'm at a part where like he see like it's a big ass growth in him, and like it's a really good part. And I was like, this is the first time in like the 20 hours I've played where I feel like he's actually had some kind of emotion, and like it took me this long to get it. I really love it. I really am excited for that game as well. I think it's going to do really, really well. I that's why I'm trying to beat this one. I usually don't go back to games. I usually just like fuck it up and buy the sequel. But I actually went back because the game is just really good. It's just the main character has the personality of like a character created character. Like they just made him generic as fuck to fit whatever mold you wanted to put him in.
Yeah, I get it. I get it, and I'm that's what I'm hoping. The right dynamic in terms of characters puts him in a position where he has to develop this year, like where he was in the 5 years, but especially the characters in the sequel narrative. I'm hoping that he gets pushed in a certain way to have more like monologue moments where he can spit those lines and show the actual emotion that he's been. Because I feel like that's one of the things, the only big thing that was missing, in my opinion. The only big thing that was just there. Aside from that, we just need more of the same.
And I keep comparing it to God of War just because it's the most recent thing that I can kind of like put it against. But like seeing, like actually visually seeing the growth from Kratos throughout that whole game was like one of the things that touched me the most in that experience. And that's what I want.
Bro, listen, I'm gonna say something to you post stream, but just know I'm with you. I'm with you right here. I'm with you right here. Trust me.
I'm trying to beat it soon, guys. I'm just trying to
hurry up.
It's a big ass game, dog. I don't know what to tell you.
But let me say this before I go to this last little question here. I am changing my front runner from the last episode. I believe we said either Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom or Final Fantasy 16. I can't remember which one we decided upon or we were talking about in between me and Wen. But I'm conditionally changing my pick. If it drops, Black Myth Wukong will be Game of the Year. If it drops this year,
I'm just not expecting it. That's why I didn't mention it.
It said 2023, and again, they just be dropping stuff, so we don't know what we're gonna see from this year. So I'm like kind of putting it somewhere, but the release window that's online and everywhere says 2023. So that's what I'm just gonna base it off of right now. I'm not gonna be the most optimistic if it comes out, but if it does, I need to buy a new PC before that point. If we have a date, I need to literally invest in a new PC and have it built and ready to go before that date drops, because that's when.
I feel like I would still buy it on PS5.
Listen,
I'd buy it on PS5.
That's fine. I need to go max settings. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That right there.
You're gonna see those max setting prices, and you're gonna be like, nah,
bro,
I definitely do not need the max.
That's what we bought the shiesty for. That's what we bought the shiesty for, guy. Allegedly, all right. But I'm telling you, bro, I'm very, very excited for Black Myth Wukong whenever it arrives. That joint. I literally have to go back and read Journey to the West and just go like get my mind like reframed to all of this stuff, because I'm that excited. I'm literally that excited.
I'm actually doing that as we speak. Like I'm reading a
Seriously?
manga. Of into the West. It's actually pretty. Like I read it because I'm a huge Wukong fan because I play a lot of MOBAs and they use him in every single MOBA ever
Gang.
because he's free.
Yep.
So like I've always been a Wukong fan. So like I started reading I didn't know there was a manga, but there is one and it's pretty. It's
I didn't know
pretty
either.
good. Yeah, but I'm also gonna change my pick because I feel like I took a safe bet by saying Final Fantasy 16. I'm going Street Fighter 6. I'm gonna go.
He
I'm gonna
going
go
bold.
first fighting game to win Game of the Year. If that shit even gets nominated, I'll be happy. I don't even care if it wins.
That's a win enough.
If it makes it past the point of like this is a niche thing to like this is the Game of the Year, I'm gonna be happy.
I'm not gonna lie. I think out of all the fighting games that have ever come out, or at least are about to come out, this has the best touted slate to possibly be in that conversation. I think it has something for everybody.
Because it's not just a fighting game anymore.
Yeah,
it has so much stuff. The world tour mode, the just all these little features and stuff, and like a deeper story besides like just stage to stage telling story stuff, like an actual you move around RPG based stuff.
Yeah.
Like
I think that will definitely set like a new
standard, bro. Just a standard for the whole genre. To be real. Facts.
It feels like a reset. Like you know how like Fortnite no build mode felt like a reset for that game. It feels like a reset for Street Fighter. It feels like this is if you want to play Street Fighter, if you've ever been interested in playing Street Fighter, right now is the best time to get into it because we have made it so that a lot of shit we're on the same playing field for a lot of people. And I'm really excited. Like I'm definitely buying that game day one. I'm playing the shit out of it, and then when I get fed up with it, I'm gonna switch over to Final Fantasy. Like that's what I'm gonna. No, I'm not playing. When this game drops, I'm not touching Tekken until it's 8.
Oh, fair. I get it.
The game came out in 2015. I'm over it.
So where's 8? Where's 8 at? I need the muscles.
Fuck is 8?
I need the ripples. Where's it at?
The veins?
In the rain.
In the rain. I need the veins in the rain.
All right. One more question before we end this off. What company and or studio will have the best year this year? I know I didn't ask this question last time, but now that we're all here settled in, I think it's a decent question to ask. We'll definitely revisit it. We got to do that award show this year, full body. But that's beside the point. What company and or studio will have the best year this year?
Probably Square Enix.
I honestly, in terms of everything, in terms of announcement potential and games that they'll drop, they could be in there. Holy shit!
Final Fantasy.
Son,
I heard Nia's getting its own show.
Son, I forgot that Spider-Man 2's coming out this year, or at least supposed to come out this. I might have to change my pick again.
Ooh, Insomniac.
I don't think it will be Game of the Year though.
You don't think Spider-Man 2?
I beg to differ. It could be in the conversation. I don't know.
I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. If you put in front of me Spider-Man 2, Forspoken, Final Fantasy 16.
Nah, I mean I don't give a fuck about anything Square Enix is doing next year.
no, I'm saying like out of all the games I got announced. Now, if you would have told me Wolverine's coming out this year, it'd have been easily.
Oh yeah, that would have been so easy.
I feel like there's a bigger burden of proof for Spider-Man 2, but Insomniac has not missed since 2016 when they dropped Spider-Man.
Like I said before,
it's
only a matter of time.
I recently actually replayed Miles Morales, and I was just like, and this was around the time that everyone was like, when the new trailer drops and they had the whole like discussion of Spider-Man came back to light, and I was just like, I don't even think I'm looking forward to it from a gameplay perspective.
I understand.
I feel like that has to be a part that for me. That's a part of my decision, I feel like the gameplay mechanics of Spider are boring, like really, really boring, and really, really like
boring or exhausted because their gameplay mechanics are amazing in my opinion. But I feel like since 2016 we've gotten those iterations, and I played it to death.
Okay, I guess we'll go with exhausted then.
I feel like
it's just kind of like if they just do another one, like the story could be great, but if they just do a replay of I'm just doing the same shit again. Like I'll probably just kick my PS5.
That's fine. I can see that.
I can understand that, but I feel like the plot of it and the story of it, I think it's an underrated aspect of this new run of Spider-Man games because the story in Spider-Man games were good, and I feel like they have enough room to work with a Venom, with the Craven, literally two of my favorite Spider-Man
Yeah.
like villains in the gallery. Like I'm very much excited to see what they pull out the bag in terms of story. So they have way more than enough
That's
to
what I'm
convince
saying.
me
The
to come
story
back.
will 100% sell it for me.
Yeah, that's what's gonna carry me back. I just wonder what would be the change in the gameplay, which I wouldn't expect much of a change because they've already gotten to a close point. Like literally, like they're one of the best like inflow action combat systems that I've seen in a good long time. Like them, Arkham, like it's in that territory. It's in that territory for me.
If I had to pick a company, I'm gonna stick with Capcom. I'm gonna stick with Capcom because like right now it's only Street Fighter, but like if this game blows up, like if this game does numbers,
Mm.
I could see it doing like Apex numbers, like when Apex was blowing up. Like it
Mhm.
just takes one fresh game to change the mindset of a lot of people. And if you get people who are like tired or burnt out on FPSs and they're like, I want to try a fighting game and they enjoyed this one, I don't know. I think it'd be a pretty solid year. Just look at what Multiverses did. They were
Mm.
cooking for like 3-4 months straight, and like that shit had a lot of people in a chokehold. Did it fall off? Yeah, but I don't. But the people at Player First are not the same people at Capcom. Like these are two big,
Facts.
Yeah.
differently staffed teams. So I can see Capcom having a really strong year. I also am not like I don't think that I think Street Fighter might be one of the only things that they're really putting out next year. But I
Mm.
can also see them having like a sleeper, like something quick coming out. They also got Mega Man coming out next year too. The Battle Network games.
Mm.
But I don't know. I think Capcom with this mix of like nostalgia and new shit, I think they might have a banger of a year. At least a consistent
Yeah.
one. And that's all I care for. I don't want like really good game, really bad game. Consistency in this case, give me good quality. That's what I want.
Yeah, now you make a good point, and especially it's like they're dropping multiple projects. They're having a couple different things drop throughout the year. That could be a good.
Exo Primal will be the thing that fucks it up.
Nah, come
I
on,
think-
you
I
hate.
think-
You've been hating on Exo Primal ever since it
I'm
got
not saying-
announced. You've
I'm
been
not saying
hating.
it's gonna be a bad game. I'm not saying it's gonna be a bad game. I'm just saying like if this year is bad for them, it might be Exo Primal's fault.
Wow.
That's all I'm gonna say. 'Cause
Honestly-
everything else is like tried and true and tested. And it
Yeah,
works.
okay, that's
But
fair. That's
That's
fair
the
point.
only variable.
That's a fair point. But you hating on Exo Primal. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I felt it. I felt it from when it first got announced. I understand. I get it.
I like my PVs with my E's. I don't need another P in my PVs. I need my PVEs, not my PVPs. I don't need PVPVE and all like there's too many letters already. Like, we don't need all that.
He's not
Too
pushing.
bad.
He's
I
not
think
pushing PvE.
PvE is gonna rule 2023.
I hope that shit never and that shit will never touch my console.
I can't with this man. I can't. All right, man. If I had to pick, I'm going with UB. No, I'm playing. I'm not going. I'm not gonna, I can't. I could not do that for the life of me. Dang. Honestly, like that, you made a good case for Capcom. I'm gonna keep it a stack. If Square Enix does what they're supposed to do, they'll definitely be Studio of the Year because they have Final Fantasy
The way I'm
16.
thinking about it, it's purely like this NFT BS. A lot of people.
Oh yeah,
That's tough.
They're up against it, but I'm telling you, they only need two things to drop to get everybody's mind off it. I'll say three things. They only need to do three things. Talk about Kingdom Hearts 4 at some point during this year. Give us a relative window, not even a relative window. Just show us something else. Just show us the hint of what we're all been guessing at. And if you put Star Wars and Kingdom Hearts, people gonna be, I'm gone. I'm busting. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Plain up. I'm gonna keep it stacked. If what we've been guessing is true and Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts, I'm gone, bro. I'm out of here. Like it's a wrap. You will not see me for days. I will be high. I will be high on just the endorphins of life. That's one. Two, Final Fantasy 16. Drop good. Make sure it's good. No bugs, no glitches, whatever. You're in the middle of the summer. You have nothing but time to, again, have people soak in the reactions of the game. I have no doubt it's going to be a good game. So just push it to that limit. Hopefully it comes out to be one of those world beaters and potentially a front runner for Game of the Year. 3, isn't Rebirth supposed to come out this year? Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth? I think it's supposed to be this year.
I'm not sure though. If it's not this year, then it's definitely next year.
I think when it got revealed, it said it was supposed to be this year. But if it comes out this year, I think they got enough in the bag. And if that doesn't count, oh, see, So if it's supposed to come out winter this year, I think that would secure the bag. Add on top of it, throw a Final Fantasy 14 DLC on there, extra expansion. I think they have a top year. I think they have a top 1 year if they do
I'm
those
not gonna
things.
lie to you. I feel like having this much coming out in 1 year is worse than it is better.
So
'Cause, like,
you think in the perspective of like next year or just like the
yes, like I feel like by the time winter this July, I think what is it? June is when Final
June?
Fantasy 16 comes out.
Yep.
I'm not gonna have finished Final Fantasy 16 by June to be able to play Final Fantasy. I'm not even done Final Fantasy 7. Like these games are massive. And for Spoken,
Yeah,
like
facts.
y'all got me in RPGs for
And then
a
Crisis
year?
Core Reunion. The
And then
joint
Crisis
just
Core-
came. Yeah, the joint just came out.
Like y'all need to spread some of this shit out.
Yeah.
And you guys are dropping NFTs. You guys have gambling debts. There's no way you don't. Like you guys owe somebody money. Rents due.
They on the Uncut Gems, bro. They on the Uncut Gems vibe.
They gotta
Word.
be. They gotta
Word.
be.
I heard you. But I still think they might be company of the year when it's all said and done. But
They
you know
might.
what I'm saying, rooting for you.
Notice.
Notice.
Like everyone knows the following.
Oh, yeah.
Like whether you fuck with the games or not.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's hard to sort of argue against them.
Yeah, man. Notice how we all did that. Not even one consideration went for Ubisoft, not for Microsoft. I mean, and they're acquiring a company. Y'all got to get in y'all shit, bro. Microsoft, y'all need to. People been on Microsoft ass. We'll talk about this probably next week, but like, they need to get on they shit, bro, or else they gonna be continual laughing stock. You can't acquire a company and say, oh yeah, we ain't got no games till they come. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all got to drop something. That's my opinion.
We're gonna be doing a while.
Probably, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That Redfall, that shit gonna fall back further and further back in the year. So now I'm gonna be like, well, there it is. That's what happened. That's what happened. All right. That is all the notes I got on the podcast today. Anything that we might have missed from this week, y'all?
Not that I can think of.
Not that I can think of. Oh, yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, no, solid. All right. Any closing notes, man? Let's throw it to King first. King's welcome. Welcome on back. Closing notes for the show.
Enjoy 2023, people. Enjoy it.
Heard you, man. When closing notes for the show, man.
Drink your water, and time out your JRPGs because there's a lot of them dropping and nobody's got time for them.
Not wrong, man. He's not wrong. I gotta go play JRPG myself in a couple of days or something like that. I gotta start something, or else I'll be behind like all month. So
Fire Emblem Engage drops late, literally the same day as Forspoken. So two RPGs, love it.
Ah, yeah, it's about to be a long ass year, man. Oh man, my closing notes is we back, man. We back, and better than ever. It's gonna be a fun year, y'all. We got a lot of stuff in the works planned. If you saw a little promo video, appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all go back on the Twitters and go share that around. You know what I'm saying? King is back in the fold. We cooking better than ever. We got a lot of stuff playing. Guests will be coming on the show at some point this year. You will see some guests. You'll see some people coming in and chopping it up with us. You'll see us, you know what I'm saying, do a couple different special things. So be on the lookout for that stuff. Make sure you guys rate us 5 stars first and foremost on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. You know what I'm saying? We want to jump up the algorithm there so we can get in front of more sets of eyes. Also available on Anchor, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio. Make sure you check out, again, just the Twitters, No Cooldown Pod on Twitter. Check out at No Cooldown Pod on TikTok, coming very soon as well. You guys don't want to miss all the content we got cooking on that side as well. On the YouTube page, we're still trying to get the name changed and everything set up on that side, but soon it will be No Cooldown Pod, or just whatever the link is at on the Anchor page or the Twitter page. Go from there to the YouTube. Individual stuff, you know what I'm saying, at Kxngviii on Twitter. You want to get in touch with King. Wotaku channel. Oh yeah, there's also a weird thing. This is probably our last episode, probably gonna be on Wotaku channel, which is weird. We thank you so much for letting us borrow Wotaku channel for the podcast for like the past like year, bro. Appreciate you, dog.
Mikasa Sukasa.
Nah, for real, that's love, man. That's love. But yeah, go shout out. You know what I'm saying? Go follow Wotaku channel. It's WOTAKU channel on YouTube to get in tune with Panda and Wen on all the stuff that they got going on. My stuff that at ThatManTripp on everything. Yeah, man. Listen, we cook it, bro. We cook. I didn't said it. It's gonna be hard when you stop us, man. It's gonna be hard, and we about to start getting on the roll, man. So with that being said, for episode 50 of No Cooldown Podcast. we are out of there.